What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, I am vibing out, bro. It was a heck of a weekend. Good weekend. Yeah, life is good, man. Busy but good. How about you, man? How are things in your neck of the woods, man?
Can't complain. Went to the Penguins game yesterday. That was fun.
Pens.
Must win for them. Basically every game out. Almost found a way to blow it. I mean, they were up 3-0 the whole game, then they let up 2 goals in the third, and fortunately we get the empty netter to go up 4-2, and it was game from there. But damn, dude, that's how this Penguin season is gone. I feel like they could play with any team. Like, they almost beat the Bruins, or they tied it up with the Bruins. It was 3-3.
Was that Thursday?
Saturday.
Okay, I know it was sometime this weekend.
Yeah, so then they let up a late goal after they tied up. Like, obviously, you can compete with the Bruins. It's just stop giving up these early leads that we have and stop playing down to competition. Like, the Flyers aren't even good.
Yeah.
We almost let them back in it.
I feel what you're saying. Baby.
But it was electric. That was Letang's 1,000th game,
yeah.
so there was a milestone there. So they did a whole intro. It felt like we weren't going to lose because of that.
The intro looked hard, too.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
But no, that was probably the highlight of the weekend for me. Pirates got back to their ways, 0-2 after the opening day win.
And that opening day game was still nuts, bro. They did end up getting a dub, though, but yeah.
I didn't do too much else this weekend outside of that.
Okay. Shoot, man, I'm trying to think on my end. We had WrestleMania this weekend, so that was kind of crazy, man. 2-night event. Ton of fun, man.
Well, that's Q's first super chat here. Moats, did you watch WrestleMania?
Oh, absolutely, man. Watched it, loved it. In fact, I'm excited because next year it's in Philadelphia, so I'm already making plans to be in attendance for that. So, yeah, man, it was a vibe, though, bro. Shout out to McAfee, man. Pat had another match. George Kittle got to know some action. Snoop Dogg saved day 2 of WrestleMania. I mean, it was all type of just dope stuff happening, man. No, it was a vibe, man. And my little man, like I said, he had it was a roller coaster watching him. I think his fandom doesn't know, like, the boundaries. So, like, we talked about how he got worked up about the regular season game that the Pens lost when we took them. Was that earlier? No, that was last year, right? And it's like, yeah, you just got to understand, like, when to get, like, all the way worked up to where, you like, there with it. Regular season versus playoff versus, championship. And I was like, with wrestling, we know that it's just entertainment, but at the same time, it is kind of scripted. He hasn't grasped that concept yet. So when stuff be happening, he's like, yo, they cheating. Oh, he loses his mind like they really.
The whole thing is cheating.
I'm like, bro. But this the funny part. He has zero integrity with it, though. So he trips out if his guy loses if somebody's cheating. But if his guy wins and his guy cheated, oh, he saw nothing wrong.
Sounds about right. I like that mentality.
He'll be over here like on the brink of tears, like raged out.
Sounds like me.
Pissed off. I'm like, bruh. You know this, like, bruh, come on, what are we talking about? But that's how my man does it, bro. So it's like, it was hilarious, but it was a lot of like, all right, let me comfort him, let me give you some dad moments here. But yeah, bro, just after every match, and he's like so passionate, and I can kind of tell which matches are gonna go which way, just because you know the storylines. But he's like, no, that's gonna be this guy who's gonna win. And he's, God! I'm like, yo, you all right? No, I only got 2 picks right out of how many? This is my 5th match. I'm like, yo, you gotta relax, bro. So yeah, man. But it was a cool little vibe with it though, man. So I enjoyed that. And then shoot, trying to think, he had a little baseball scrimmage too this weekend, man. So that was a vibe. He's back out there hitting and running, doing all his stuff. I was like, all right, I see you, little man. I see you, man. But yeah, man, it was a good weekend though. Busy but fun.
Good stuff.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
So with WrestleMania, how do they declare winners and stuff, and who has belts?
So no, they'll have like, you got matches all throughout.
But it's all scripted. Like, this guy's gonna get the belt.
You just kind of know it. Like, if you watch and follow it close enough, you'll know. Okay, Roman Reigns, for example, he was fighting for the heavyweight belt again. His storyline is that he's had the belt for 900 and something consecutive days, the longest run ever.
So is this the one
someone's
going to overtake
So this
him?
was supposed to be, well, you're facing Cody Rhodes, who is another like crazy story, the son of Dusty Rhodes. He had left, started AEW, came back, so he had his build up. And this was supposed to be his moment. So it's like, either you're going to get this great champion that never loses for 3 years, the longest run ever, and defended at multiple WrestleManias, or you're gonna get the feel good story, the American dream, like all of this stuff. And everything's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's electric, right? They hitting their moves. So you're like, all right, it's looking like he should win this and you should get the feel good story. But at the same time, if you know some of the backstory, you know that they kind of feel some type of way about Cody Rhodes because when he wasn't vibing, he left, started a whole another corporation that actually does do well. Then he came back. So it's like, all right, we love you. We welcome you back. Feel good. But we're not about to let you become the champ at WrestleMania right now, taking out this guy. But he's getting selection. So for me, it's like, all right, I kind of could feel like it's going that way. Little man, he ain't seeing none of that though. He's just like, no, it's got to be this guy. Like, that's how he'll look at it. So for me, like, that's why I was like, it is scripted, but they still got to do their match. They still, do all that. Because, like, dudes were getting split open, man. Like, a couple of the matches were low-key altered because guys got hurt.
You still got to do backflips and shit.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I can't believe McAfee's doing that from the top rope.
Yeah,
I saw some of those
Kittle,
highlights.
Him and Kittle, they came in, did their thing. But think about this, right? So Snoop Dogg ends up having a match. The reason why he had a match, they brought in, you remember Shane McMahon?
Not really.
All right, so Vince McMahon has a son, Shane McMahon, right? So Shane O'Mac, everybody knows him, man, had tons of like crazy matches, Undertaker, Mankind, stuff like that. This is his big return to WrestleMania. The crowd goes absolutely insane when he comes out. Within 2 minutes of the match, he blows his knee out, bruh. So now it's like this awkward moment where you're seeing the staff.
Legit, this isn't fake.
Oh, no, like legit. Like he's down. You could tell he's in pain. They send the medical people in there. And Snoop Dogg, in the middle of all the chaos, improvises, starts to attack the Miz, and ultimately makes it into a thing. And you see his little like Snoop Dogg elbow thing, bruh. But yeah, like it was stuff like that happened. It was a cage match. Cage match got stopped for like 5 minutes because the dude gets hit with a ladder and splits his front, so he's like leaking all in the ring and stuff. Like, yeah, bro, it was some of that going on, man. But at the end of the day, man, we just like the outcome. Like they'll know that ahead of time. But in terms of like the actual like fighting and stuff, yeah, they still got to do that, take the risk and stuff. And yeah. But it was cool though, man.
Good.
But that's how they keep the belts though, man. They got a whole little storyline and stuff. But it's definitely entertainment, man. It's like reality TV in sports form.
Right.
But not to the extent of like what we consider like a competitive sport, like football, basketball, where you don't know the end. So yeah. But it's a vibe though, bro.
It's almost like a book or a movie.
Yeah. Like, but without like the Hollywood feel of like a movie where you're like, yo, this is like scripted, acting heavy. It's just a little bit more improv that can go in between, but they know how it's gonna end, I think.
A play. How about that? Actually, you know what? South Park does it, but you ever see that episode? South Park does a whole parody of the WWE, and they make it so the kids want to start getting into wrestling.
Yeah.
So they go to their school's like wrestling coach, and they're like, "What the hell is this?
Yeah.
This isn't the wrestling we see on TV. Like he's an actual
like real wrestling
coach. He's like, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So they start their own thing. Let's do it how they do it on TV.
Yeah.
So they start doing it in one of the kids' backyards, and then all the people from the town start seeing what they're doing. Like, oh, yeah, that's wrestling. And all they're doing is it's basically like acting. They're like, oh, this storyline, he cheated on with this person, blah blah blah, this and that.
Hey, bro.
And then the whole place starts filling up, and then Vince McMahon comes to check out their little backyard WWE thing, and he's wondering if he wants to sign him or not. So it's an amazing episode.
It is funny, bro. That's right, because the storylines are like, it's like, for example, they got Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is the dad, Dominic's the son. They supposed to be beefing. And the son disrespecting the mom and the sister. I'm like, but just a year ago, everything was like, oh, beautiful, and everybody's like, it's that type of stuff. But for the little man, he's like, oh my God, this is crazy. For us adults, be like, bro, come on, man. Like, it sound good. They didn't supposed to have locked this dude up. I'm like, yo, you went to prison and did a bid all in 365, and now you done came out like that? Yeah.
You should watch this episode, actually. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Now that you said it, I definitely would have checked it out, bro. I definitely would have checked that out. But then there was also another thing that's going to be interesting, too, for me, because WWE and the UFC are joining. So now the person that's going to have the controlling power, though, is no longer Dana White, is Vince McMahon. Or it is Vince, on the WWE side. So this potentially looks a little interesting if you get some of the more crossover matches, man, that you see in some of the other corporations and stuff like that, where we've seen Brock Lesnar fight in the UFC multiple times. Now, do you get any of these other guys potentially tapping into that? because of
You don't get the reverse though, right? You're not going to get WWE guys
You're gonna
doing
get
UFC.
No, that's what I'm talking
You
about.
think?
Brock Lesnar started in WWE,
Okay.
and then he went over to UFC, won the belt, then came back. Yeah, Cain Velasquez, he was another guy. Well, this is before he got in trouble, but he was in the UFC, went over to WWE. We know Conor McGregor is going to be a UFC guy that's going to tap into the WWE. That's only a matter of time. So it's like, yeah, I feel like you will see some crossover. I just wonder how many dudes, like you said, from the WWE will go back to UFC. But it just depends on how they look at it,
Yeah,
though,
because
man.
that's like real.
Yeah, but you think the dudes train year round, so it's like, if you feel like you got one of them backgrounds and you feel like you like that, good luck, man.
If you got a chip on your shoulder.
Hey, good luck. You know? But no, man, it was dope, though. Oh, yeah, CM Punk, he was one of them dudes that did it. Shout out to you, Mr. Maddox. Yeah, it's with a couple of dudes, man.
You want to do these shout-outs, son?
Man, let's tap in. Is you ready?
I'm ready.
If you ready, I'm ready, man, because we do got plenty to talk about, man. And we have a guest today, man, from the XFL, but former Pittsburgh Steeler as well, man. So, yeah, man, let's get right into it. So, with that being said, let us know where you are tuning in from in the comment section, and we'll give you those big boy shout-outs to start today's show.
Brendan Clark, the 540, Roanoke, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
We also got Robert Cotting from the A60, Connecticut.
Let's go. Shout out to Robert. Yeah, I brought up Bobby Lashley. Shout out to him, too. Yeah, he's one of them dudes, WWE, UFC, or MMA, excuse me. So, yeah.
Leah Warren. We always know she's tuning in
Shout
from
out to
Killeen,
Leah.
Texas.
You know Leah. Shout out to Leah.
Centralia83 tuning in from the 814.
Mm-hmm.
Tito Whitaker, the 817, Fort Worth, Texas.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Devon Dyson, PG County, Maryland.
Shout out to PG County, man. Let's get it.
The Soviet Bear, the 216, Cleveland. Save me from the Browns fans.
Uh-oh. Cleveland got hope again? I know they ain't talking, are they? They ain't done. They ain't made no noise this all season.
Haven't been paying
I was about
attention.
to say they ain't making no noise over there.
El Spawn, 209, tuning in from Stockton, California. The 209.
Shout out. Little Stockton slap. Let's go, man.
Blaine Cords, Michigan, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Vince McGee, 804, Cap City.
Man, let me tap in real quick because I got light skinned Jesus 92 tuning in from the 814. Then after that, we got Jay Flame, the 330 Dub City, Ohio. You love that. Then after that, man, you got to tap in with Milan Patel tuning in from the 513 Enemy Territory, still rocking the TJ jersey proudly. And that's the only way to do it, baby. You know that. We got President Needy tuning in from the 419 says, what's good, everybody? Man, nothing much, just vibing out on the microphone. King Toad. King Toady? Tuning in from the 901. Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah. DJ Lundy, the 757 Norfolk VA, a.k.a. The Crib. And then after that, man, I got to stop with the homie Other Jacob. Parentheses, the picket fence. Tuning in from the 602, Phoenix, Arizona. Alrighty.
I'll say two more.
Okay, tap in.
Damon Kardotsky, Clyde, Ohio, 419.
Mm-hmm.
And Yanni, 804, Richmond, VA.
Let's get it, baby.
Want to start with these supers then?
Man, let's tap in with the supers, man.
Q, well, we just talked about that. Did you watch WrestleMania?
Yes, I did.
Jonathan Stevens, repping the 843, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Let's go.
Deke, how can I join the Madden franchise? We do have slots.
Okay.
The season is winding down. So it'd probably be best for you to join in between season 1 and season 2, this upcoming off season.
How your playoff stand is going?
We're all right.
All right.
I don't want to discuss too much.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're doing all right. I'm happy with where we're at. But I still get a lot of people asking to join this league. I say DM me, although I think I've checked, and I don't think everyone has DM'd me that has said.
Okay, so you're not
they're
missing.
DM. I don't think.
Yeah.
Although I was more up to it maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Recently,
Well, you've had
I haven't.
surgery. You had.
I haven't been checking. Yeah, that's true too.
So you in recovery and not. Speaking of, this 2 weeks out now, right? This starts the second week out.
Yeah, week and like 3 days.
How you feeling, man? Still.
Amazing. Yeah.
All right,
even
let's
better.
get it. Let's get it, man.
Better and better. Got to see that Penguins game like crystal clear.
HD.
It was awesome.
Right, man.
So honestly, your best bet, I keep saying DM, your best bet is to join a Twitch live stream and get my attention there.
You heard what he
That's
said.
probably your best bet.
You heard what the man said.
So talk to me about it. Although, yeah, wait till I announce season 2 because I think we only have 3 weeks left. So I don't want a team join and all of a sudden maybe that team's
3
in the
weeks regular
playoffs.
season?
Yeah, 3 weeks
okay.
of regular season. So wait till I announce that we're going to be doing the off season for season 2. Steeler Nation on fire. Moats, go by the Commanders.
Hey, man,
LMAO.
they just got the biggest offer, didn't they? It was like 1.9 or something like that, man. Sheesh. Then I think I saw Magic Johnson. Isn't he a part of the group that put the offer in? I think I saw something like that where he's a part of the group. Yeah. Shout out to Magic, though.
If you're Dan Snyder, I know a lot of people are against you in
Yeah.
general surrounding the NFL. Your own employees and other owners.
You just happen to be on everybody's bad list. Yeah.
I know this is a lot of money, too.
This is.
Do you
over
think
the
he actually
asking
wants
price.
to sell?
I don't think he wants to sell. I think that's why he put the number so high. But then the fact that this offer came in higher than what he was even asking for, I think that's kind of putting the pressure on him even more. But I don't think he wants to sell. I don't think he wanted to sell even when FedEx. What was it? FedEx, right? They were the ones who got pissed off with him initially.
They wanted
When
him to change the name.
Yeah, when the reports came out, they wanted him to change it. And then after that, the whole like workplace reports. But yeah, I don't think he's ever wanted to trade or sell the team, because if he would have wanted to get rid of it during that time before the stock started to go down on it, essentially. But yeah, I don't know.
I just got to think, if you got that much money like him, if you sell the team and you get $6
Yeah.
billion,
Yeah.
what are you going to want to do with the $6 billion? Probably buy a
another
sports team.
Yeah, seriously.
And the NFL is, for him being in America, is the premier sports
It
league
is.
to own a team.
Oh, 100% it is. Yeah.
Unless you want to go, like I said, he's from here, right? He's
Yeah.
from, like, I don't think it'd be as cool for him to go over to like Europe and own one of those soccer teams or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They
And-
probably wouldn't let him either. Like after everything that's happened with him being an owner, I don't
Yeah.
know if any other league would want him in.
But my thing is this, and
I'd take him for the Pirates if he was actually willing to spend and
this
keep
is
some
my
players.
thing though. This is my thing. And
We
shout
could
out
trade him for Bob Nutting.
Shout out to Tito Whitaker. Yeah, he did correct me. It was $6 billion on the offer. My bad on that one. But yeah, with that type of money though, I feel like, man, if he did want to hop into another league, I do feel like he could get it done. Like, think about this, right? How do we view the Browns ownership, right? We don't view them as anything crazy, but they went ahead and just copped the Bucks like it was nothing, and the Bucks just won a championship 2 years ago. I'm just like,
So Dan
you
Snyder
see what
buy
I'm
the
saying?
Pirates?
I'm like, man,
Is this what we're going
I
for
don't
now?
see why Snyder
Are-
couldn't buy the Pirates.
Are we that desperate here in Pittsburgh?
Do you
where
want
we
that
would
culture?
want him?
That's the question. Yeah, that culture is very different now. All right, we have.
Did he learn his lesson?
Deke, we have a different set of issues.
Is this a new
Deke,
step in the right
Deke,
direction?
We
for
deal
him,
with a
potentially?
different set of issues with the Pirates. We don't want to spend money. That's an acceptable problem. We just call that person cheap. The stuff that Dan Snyder struggles with, it's a little different than being cheap. You feel me? I don't know if that's what we necessarily want to promote in the city.
You don't want it promoted, but he already did it, and that was with another organization. You got to think, if he's going to be an owner with a new team, that stuff's by the wayside.
You think so?
Like, you got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to
But
be
who
on your
said
best
that?
behavior. You
Who
have
said-
to be.
Who said that?
That's got to be a part of the contract.
But think,
However it's
how many
sold,
ti-
if he does something janky, like, you have to sell the team. Like, that has to be part of the contract
How
now.
many times though? How many times do we talk about a player on a redemption story or owner on a redemption story, and we're like, yo, all they gotta do is just not make the same mistake again. And how many times they make the same mistake again? It happens a lot. I don't see how a multi-billionaire would want to change anything about himself, because when you get that type of money, I feel like you just view yourself as, I'm above all of this other stuff. Y'all can't touch me because of my pay grade, man. And unless it's just, that's a lot, man. That's a lot of money though, bro. That's a lot of money.
Definitely promoted a bad culture with Washington, because I'm trying to think. He's not afraid to spend money.
No, he will
He
spend,
spends it
he's worth-
stupidly.
He will break. He doesn't mind. cutting
Combine
the
that
check.
with the tough culture. That's why Washington has been
He's like
brutal.
He's like Jerry Jones, but not as good with it. At least Jerry gonna spend, and he gonna hit on more players. Snyder, he's spending, and it's just spend to spend, man. But he gonna spend. He definitely gonna spend. He's like, oh, Jerry cutting a check. I'm gonna cut a check. All right.
Yeah, I wonder how
Yeah.
Fire fans would feel about that. Because Washington fans want Snyder out so bad. But we want the same here in Pittsburgh with Nutting. We want him out so bad.
But we want him to spend. We don't want him out because he's like toxic for the situation. The women around him feel uncomfortable. You know, all the other things is going on, man. Yeah.
Agreed. You don't want that.
What's the lawsuit going on too with him? Wasn't he getting sued? That was like the senator or something like that, right?
I have no clue. I mean, there's something that has popped up every
I feel like it's
year for probably like the past 5 years.
I'm just like, yo, he has a lot that comes with him. If we could just get him to take his spending habits and give it to nothing, maybe that'll work. just take that, leave everything else. All right.
Yeah, that would be a dilemma. Because there's a reason Washington fans want him out so bad. They want him out really, really bad. They can't wait till he sells the team. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I think we'd probably be naive if we traded Nutting for him.
He say, yo, can he change? I don't know.
I just want to make sure we don't lose O'Neal Cruz.
Okay. But is losing O'Neal Cruz or not losing O'Neal Cruz worth bringing in a Dan Snyder? Lord have mercy. Whew. The lesser of two evils? Or are we selling our soul to the devil?
He didn't do anything with, if he were to own the Pirates, he hadn't done anything with the Pirates
Pittsburgh.
yet.
Perspective. I like your perspective, man.
It's like, okay, we'll give you the second chance until you prove us wrong. That's why I'm saying it needs to be in the contract. Yeah. If something janky happens again,
you got to go.
You got to sell the team immediately. It's part of the contract. Like, it's no negotiation.
Okay.
And there's whatever set agreement by the owners of the MLB and whatever organizations that they have involved with that, hey, okay, you got to sell. That's the way around it.
But to say, because, I'm just, everything else is good. It's just those things, It's kind of like, would you put him in the AB category of owners?
I don't know enough about Dan Snyder, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. Because I was just thinking, like, with the baggage. Because, like, we like the spending part, the same way you like AB's talent part. But it's the baggage that comes with AB that makes everybody like, and it's the baggage that we come with Dan Snyder, so to speak, that would make you be like, Now, granted, this would be just his second attempt, whereas for AB, it's multiple attempts.
Funny hypothetical.
Just wonder. You started it.
Huh?
You started
I know,
it.
that's what I'm saying. It would be a funny hypothetical. It really would be. Would Pirate fans trade Bob Nutting for Dan Snyder? I don't know.
How much do you want to win? How bad do you want it?
That's the thing. I don't know if he would necessarily equate to winning. He might spend, but is he going to spend it in the right ways? Yeah. Plus the downside of a bad culture.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because if you
I wouldn't know
a bunch of good players, but you paying them great money, that's still going to be another set of issues.
Fish momentum. Hey, happy Monday. # Jack Maurice Myers Jr. from heaven.
Let's go. Shout him out. Shout him out. Let's ride.
Steelers Nation on fire. Did David DeCastro retire? If not, veteran backup.
We all wish. Yeah. I don't think he ever officially said anything, but I don't think DeCastro is worried about football at this stage. This is what, 2 years? No. 2 years? This is be the start of the third year for him being removed from football. Yeah. Because him and Vince were the same when they got done.
Yeah, his last season was 2020.
Yeah. Man, I do miss the
No, he's done. I mean,
he's done.
This isn't even a question.
He's done. I don't even be seeing or hearing anything about him. I think when the last time we saw a picture of DeCastro? Because I'm like, at least when we played the Dolphins this past year, that's when you saw Pouncey, Al was down there. Was DeCastro? I don't know if DeCastro was in the picture or not. Yeah.
Jay Skills,
Shout out to
23. What do you think about Rashee Rice, wide receiver? He's my sleeper in this draft. Haven't really heard anyone say anything about him.
Man, I'm going to have to look him up. I have not actually tapped in on him just yet.
Tito Whitaker has gifted an Arthur Moats membership.
Shout out to Tito Whitaker, man.
Curly Top 19.
Shout out to Tito Whitaker and Curly Top 19. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. Rashee Rice, though. I'm like, all right. I have to look this up. But I say it ain't going to take long. You know that.
Killa Kikoa finally made it live. I've been a listener for like a year and a half now. Just could never make it live. Shout out to Robarian, Trina, AJ, and Big Noriega, the hater.
Yo, He said, "This is my first live. I got one for each and every one of y'all, man. And Big Noriega, don't you forget this too. I like it, man. But shout out to you, Killer Kikoa. Yeah,
He's been chilling behind the scenes, listening to
man.
some Big Noriega steaks. Yeah, he wanted to get that off his
He
chest.
said, I felt some type of way. Y'all, hey, this is my first introduction. I like your first impression, baby. I like it. Shout out the gang out and then shows violence at the same time, man. Let's go.
Fish Momentum, love the Steelers moves. Hashtag Angel Reese.
Shout out to the LSU Lady Tigers, man. Winning it all. Shout out to them, man. Dang, they beat my Kenny Brooks, man. Remember the coach that came on the show with us, man? He was coaching the Virginia Tech girls team. Obviously lost to LSU in the Final Four, man. But yeah, LSU, man, went ahead and won it all. Angel Reese get the Final Four MVP, man. Salute her. So yeah, it was a vibe, man. It was a vibe.
Did you watch it at all?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you know I be watching basketball. I don't.
What's the verdicts on these refs?
I mean, so from my understanding, they chose a all women's officiating crew instead of going with like whoever was the highest rated. So with that, yeah, you're gonna have some blown calls. You're gonna have some questionable stuff that happens, but that's a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I always feel, man, we could make it about the refs, but yeah, man,
They weren't good though.
we've seen better. We'll leave it at that. They weren't.
That's crazy for a championship.
Yes, but think about it in this vein, right? If you're trying to set a narrative or you're trying to push this where it's like, yo, we want women to be seen at the forefront of this thing, then you make a move like that. And, you know, you think about the hype surrounding the game and stuff like that. Caitlin Clark, one of the best in terms of college hoopers. Angel Reese. Then you got Kim Mulkey, one of the top NCAA women's coaches of all time, too. So you had a lot of buzz around it. But I just think that was kind of like the extra part.
Yeah, I just kept seeing some headlines. I didn't watch the game.
That's more so it, bro. Yeah, that was more so it. Yeah, they made a big deal about that, and then at the end with Angel Reese, like, yeah. But you know how that goes, man. People just, I feel like people want to have like a stance or look for something to either like push and combat against. You know, I'm just like, I don't think it has to always be that. That's just my perspective on it.
Sure.
But no, it was a dope game though, man.
Cliff the Dark Knight, this may never happen, but the Steelers are on the clock at 17. Both Skoronski and Joey Porter Jr. are there. Who you picking?
Give me JPJ. I want a corner. Who you going with?
Skoronski.
There it is. All right.
Yeah, definitely Skoronski.
I let like I said, man, I feel like I love Peasy Jr. as a prospect, but I really love him even more because of my biasness towards him. You know what I mean? So it's just hard for me to just not, you know, I like him. It just feels right. It feels like it's supposed to happen. Like, yo, you remember when you was over there running them? When we was over here and you and your daddy was my coach, and then you was over there running through your little ladder with your little cousin and all them and Lil Tomlin too. You remember all your little all that? Now y'all back out here for real this time, man. With the Steelers jerk. That's how it's supposed to be, man. That's the story I'm waiting for. I just need it to happen. So I'm very, very, my bias has started to show a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. But that's why I'm staying Peasy Jr. If he's available at 17, I'm going to.
That's it for the Super Chats.
Man, let's ride then. Let's ride. All righty. Yeah, I should have asked you. You're not a women's basketball. Like, you're not heavy into that, are you?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah.
No, didn't catch it.
Yeah, but no, it was a vibe, though, bro. It was a vibe, man. All righty. So, when we got out of here on Thursday, we did have a couple of moves being made. And we were giving our reactions kind of in the moment and stuff like that. But as I had told you, I had not had a chance to cut that tape on for either of the dudes, man. So now that I've had a chance to tap in, obviously some of y'all have seen some of the film sessions that we put out on Keanu, Neal, and Breiden Fehoko. So, you know, definitely appreciate y'all tapping in on that. But, man, starting with Keanu, I love this signing even more. Looking at how he was utilized in Tampa, we have a lot more of a versatile piece than I originally thought. Used him as a blitzer, playing coverage, was playing in the middle of the field as a safety, playing him in the box. Like, the versatility that he was showing down in Tampa, man, was dope to me, man. And it was weird too because he was productive, but he still wasn't like playing every single game, starting every single snap and stuff like that, which was kind of like weird to me because whenever he was out there, you would see him making plays and he looked healthy. And that was the other part that I liked. But man, when I think of how Edmonds was giving us something, and what the difference is going to be with Keanu, I still felt like Edmonds was more athletic, but watching Keanu, to me, I think he's just a more productive dude. Now, granted, it was a smaller sample size this past season, but I just think that he is going to be able to fill some of those things a little bit better than Edmonds, even though, like I said, I still think Edmonds is a better athlete than him. I just think that Keanu is more polished right now when I'm watching him, and that's going to help us out in a lot, man. Like, even when we're talking about this linebacker role, right? That third inside linebacker, that coverage guy, Keanu definitely was showing a good amount of that. My concern with that is just going to be the more you do it, him versus the run, like when it's at him, because that still was, it was good enough, but it was one of those things where you're like, yo, if they really try to make it a point, that could become a little bit of a challenge. But he definitely was a lot more productive than I thought he was initially when we signed him on Thursday and we were like talking about it.
Could be an upgrade over Edmonds.
Like, low key, you can definitely get those vibes and make a case for it. My biggest issue was just the reason I didn't want to go like all the way there was because the sample size last season. If it was the whole 17, he's out there playing all the snaps equivalent to what Edmonds was doing, then yes. But to me, the sample size was a little bit more condensed, so that begs the question of, if I need that for 17 games, playing a ton of snaps, can you do that? Now, I want to say I did see where, was it Omar? They were saying that they were still looking at Keanu as more of like the depth move, though.
That's what I was going to bring up. Because obviously we prioritized Casey over Edmonds.
Yeah.
Is Casey going to be the 100% snap guy now?
That's what I was trying to figure out. And then
we bring in Neal. Maybe he is just doing what he was doing with the Bucs.
Right, just
for
being
us,
our
which would be perfect.
Dude.
It's fine for us. But if someone gets hurt, he can play a traditional safety role 100% of the time as well.
Yeah, because he definitely showed that. Like, you would see him middle of the field. You would see him playing cover 2, deep half, and stuff like that. Thought his hips were good. Thought he filled the alley well in terms of just playing against the run from depth. But then, like you talk about, man, he could still play in that box in terms of a linebacker spot. You still play him out there in space, almost like a nickel, big nickel type vibe, because he is physical enough, but still athletic enough and rangy enough. Like, he does bring a lot. But yeah, I was a little bit surprised when I saw them like come out right away and just say, yeah, we're looking at this as more of a depth thing, because now I'm asking myself, do they view whatchamacallit, like you just said, Casey, like you just said, or is it still the vibe of they're looking at Casey as the Minka backup, and they're still saying we want to bring in something that is better, or that is, the starter where Keanu would be? Because we've obviously talked about the whole Brian branch of the different safeties and stuff like that, but I just wonder, does that mean potentially in the second round, like we talked about an Antonio Johnson or somebody like that, are you bringing them in because you're saying early on Keanu is still going to give us something if we needed him at the beginning, but this is ultimately the guy that we want to be the starter first couple of games, almost like the Kenny Pickett approach. Like, this is Mitch, but ultimately Kenny's going to take over at some point. Do they look at it like that?
What's interesting is it's a 2-year deal. Now, Mitch's deal was also a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
So what does that mean actually? Too. But I thought Neal was going to be for sure just 1.
Yeah.
So to see us get him for 2, maybe we do view him as just going to be our third guy for these next 2 seasons. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't think we can really go wrong with much now outside of these first 2 rounds if we just pick the best player available. If it happens to be a safety, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'd say our first 2 needs are tackle. If we want to address it, there's some people out there that are saying Steelers might be cool with Dan Moore.
Yeah.
And then cornerback.
The thing. It's like
tackle and cornerback.
Dan
and then slot
still
receiver.
Played well. It's just you feel like you can get more out of it. You feel like it could be more consistent. It could be upgraded. But he still gave you varsity level play. And I think that's the reason I always break this dude up. I hate it because you're going to use it against me. But it's like the Kirk Cousins vibe. He's never going to be elite, but he's just a good player. But it's like, that's going to still be limited. It's going to be capped. So can you upgrade it? If you get a chance to upgrade it, you want to upgrade it. But how many players out there are you going to just upgrade over Kirk Cousins? And when we talk about the tackle market, that was the conversation. How many of these tackles are legitimate upgrades? Or are they just names? Are they just people that we're just saying, hey, man, he has to be because of this? But it's like, nah, we've seen Dan Moore. We know what Dan Moore's done these past 2 seasons. We haven't felt like Dan Moore is a liability out there.
Where's Dan Moore going in the draft? He comes out right now.
Ooh, sheesh. Dang. God. Oh.
Right now, everything we know from him playing in the pros is just you attach. Oh, he's coming out from
He's
Texas
coming out
A&M.
from Texas.
Was it Texas A&M or
It was
Mississippi State?
A&M.
I can't remember.
No, he was
One of
A&M.
those
He was
two.
A&M.
It's
Yeah.
like Nebraska and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Same jerseys, basically.
He was A&M.
Those maroon jerseys.
Oh, if Dan Moore's coming out this year, I think I like him
Fifth rounder.
No. I'm saying out of the
fifth
tackle.
tackle.
Like, because I'm saying I like Skoronski. I'm stuck with the whole Johnson and I'm stuck with Johnson, Antoine Harris, and Broderick Jones. And I think I like Darnell Wright a little bit more. He gives me some of those. He gives me a little bit of like a poor man's Broderick. Like he gives me some of those vibes. So I'm like, I like that. But I think Dan is like right after that.
So again, it wouldn't be crazy if the Steelers were to choose Dan Moore as the starter and bypass some of those other guys.
Yeah, because it's close, and that's the issue. It's close, and Dan is cheap. If it was close, but Dan was on a second contract, we're not having a debate. But you're not really getting a price benefit per se by let's get another young guy in there. You're just trying to find somebody that we feel is going to be just better than Dan. But the hard part is Dan has 2 full seasons of NFL starts facing NFL talent already proven that he can survive out there. We just want to see, can he be dominant? Can he be, the elite guy that you pay, that you feel confident with? We haven't seen it get to that level just yet. But, dang, that was a good question, Deke. I don't like that one. If Dan Moore's coming on right now, who you because I feel like I'm disrespecting him too. Because I'm like, he's had 2 full seasons of NFL guys, whereas these other guys are in college. But I think these other guys have more potential, but we got to see it actually develop, and that's the questionable
there have
part.
been some first-round bust left tackles.
It definitely has.
Yeah, we can't say Dan Moore's a bust. Actually, if anything, he's
a steal.
Over succeeded.
Yeah.
Because we got him in the 4th round.
And he didn't start 2 full seasons and hasn't been the liability. Like I said, he's had moments where we're like, yo, you're not our best lineman. You might even look at him as your 5th best offensive lineman. But we don't view him as a liability. And I think that's a big difference in terms of what we're looking for when we're talking about the upgrade piece.
Now, with Neal, you see him playing like less than 50 or more. Keanu Neal. 50% of the time. Less, or you see him getting up to maybe like 60, 70.
If we're using him in that 3 safety role, it's going to depend on the opponent. Like, if it's a Baltimore situation, I think he plays a ton. If it's Cincinnati, I don't know how often we're going to use him. Like, I think
we could put him at linebacker. That's one of the things with his versatility.
Yes, but remember we were talking about, I like him if we're talking about the coverage part, but if you start flirting with him playing more predominantly at linebacker, the issue becomes when they check to that run, how does he handle that? Because he does it in spurts well. But as we said, man, as we've all seen, it's the difference between the small sample size versus when that guy's out there doing it full time.
The thing I like about him over Edmonds from that standpoint is he actually did it in Dallas for a full season.
He did, yeah.
Now, I don't know how he feels about that now because he switched back to safety. So maybe
he was still
just
playing some of it in Tampa, though. Like, he was still
at least he's still open to
it.
it. Maybe he's just done doing it full time.
Yeah.
Which would make sense.
I mean, because I'm not a safety. I've never been a safety. But I don't feel like safeties really want to be linebackers. I feel like safeties want to play safety. And they just move the linebacker when they can't play safety in the league. Like, that's how it goes. Yeah. It's like, oh, man, I'm a safety. No, you're not. You're a linebacker. Yeah. Your hips are not as good as you thought they were. You're not as fast as you thought you were. And we call them big safeties. That's the joke with them. Yeah.
No, but again, this signing was
I like this.
pretty much
more,
only
bro.
upside. I don't see any downside
Seriously.
to the signing at all.
Did we get the numbers
How?
yet?
Well, no,
It can't
but
be
here's
anything
my
crazy
assumption.
If KZ's number,
That's
like,
what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like if KZ's getting 3, it can't be more than KZ.
Right.
If you're calling Neal a depth piece, how's it going to be more than 3?
Yeah.
And if
especially
Edmonds
when you
got
come
2,
out and said it too.
maybe they just took Edmonds' deal and gave it to Neal.
Yeah.
Like $2 million a year.
No.
For 2 years.
But nah, he opens up a lot. I think he does take some of that pressure off.
Like, there's
us,
literally
though,
no
man.
downside at all. We
Yeah.
just replace Edmonds, and this guy might actually be better. There's a little more uncertainty because Edmonds has been in the system for 5 years.
Yeah.
But
and he's been available playing.
I mean, if
all
you're gonna
that.
ask a guy to replace Edmonds, this is the guy to do it.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, he's actually a Pro Bowler. Also been on a Super Bowl team too.
No, seriously, bro.
And that's some of the stuff.
And he's a high pedigree guy.
Yeah, that's some of the stuff I really liked about our signings too. If you look at every guy, there's some veteran leadership. There's some playoff, meaningful game experience with all of these dudes. They're bringing
something to the table.
Yeah, Neal, Super Bowl team. Patrick Peterson, Hall of Famer. Some of those Eagles offensive linemen.
At least with Breiden, he was in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Got look at some playoff action. So yeah.
Recently, at least.
Yeah.
Cowboy. What they do?
He was. They got the comeback on.
He was on that Cowboys team that lost to the 49ers round one.
Yeah, that too.
Dak blowing it. That was 2021.
Yeah. But it's playoff experience though, so I definitely like it though, man. Like I said, the Keanu pickup, man, I think that's dope. Now, going back and looking at Breiden, definitely a nose tackle, 1,000% a nose tackle, man. But the thing is this. The consistency is going to be his big question. And that's been, the issue with him throughout these first couple of seasons. He flashes. He has moments where you see the hand usage. He has moments where you can see him be disruptive. But the consistency hasn't always been there. And at this level, you got to do it just on a more consistent basis. But I do feel like him coming in here does at least give us a legitimate nose tackle option. A guy that is a true nose, not a guy that is a 5 technique trying to play nose, or a guy that's a 3 technique trying to play the nose tackle spot. He does give you true nose tackle vibes, and he does do it well enough. But to me, he's one of those dudes, I just feel like you got to coach him. Like, be on him, never let him kind of chill out, just so he can rep it and get to the point where it's every single snap. Because you can definitely see some of the productivity there, but he's just got to get more consistent before he can, like, grow his role and stuff like that.
Baldinger was saying on Twitter once they started playing him a little bit more last year out in LA, their run stopping got better.
No, so you can see it. Like his hand placement, pad level, his ability to lock down his gap, but then at the same time, when stuff is coming out of his gap, he still was strong enough and fundamentally sound enough to disengage or cross face the blockers and stuff like that. That is good. I also thought that the linebacking play though wasn't always the best in terms of like how the Chargers would read certain things. So, like, their eyes weren't always good, so that was part of it as well. But, Breiden definitely helped them out in terms of just providing a little more consistency. He started the last, 2 or 3 games and played, a ton of snaps. And you would see, like I said, when he was out there versus the run, it did look productive. And that's the part where you're feeling at least good enough that we've seen him do it in stadium. So, even if this is just a depth piece that's going to compete in camp, this is, once again, somebody that has NFL starts. When we're talking about our depth pieces, the second guy or potentially a third guy having starts in the NFL, that is good. That means that you have top to bottom what you're looking for, and it's a competitive roster.
And he's got a unique skill set that it doesn't seem like we have. Travis has been our D tackle, nose tackle, but he's not as big as this guy. And then we got the Jonathan Marshall guy sitting in the wings. I don't know. He might be good, though. He might be good. Either way, we haven't seen Jonathan Marshall do anything.
I don't even be hearing about him. Like it's like, yo, give me some buzz, something. Yeah.
So maybe it's Marshall and this Breiden guy.
Yeah. Because to me, Travis is more so a 3 tech. Travis is a 3 tech, man, that will play at the nose, but that's not his natural thing. Whereas Breiden, that's what he does. Like, you put that big dude right there, let him just hat in hands that thing and go to work, man.
Again, I don't think anyone can be complaining about this. 1-year deal.
I like it.
I said upside, he could be our next Tyson.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Play 30, 40%, knows his role. He's that nose tackle in our 3-4. Get him out there to stop the run, which was perfect for what we needed out of Tyson whenever we had him. And that was
Especially when he was healthy.
That was some of Tyson's best years in his whole career. So we get that. I mean, we already got a Cam and Ogunjobi, so we don't need this dude in there for nickel or passing downs.
Because that's not his game. Yeah, that's not his. But if you talking about just truly just nose tackle, disrupt, do that type of stuff, man, keep them backers clean, he's more than capable of doing that, man.
That's his upside.
Yeah.
So we signed him to this 1-year deal. I'm assuming the number's not going to be big.
Definitely not big,
yeah. And the downside is, I don't know, he just competes with Montravis. Maybe we cut him.
Yeah.
But you're not losing anything. It's just it's a vet men style contract.
And it's nose tackle. So it's not even like, one of your major positions that you feel like you have to spend a lot of money on, or you have to be a little bit more hyper-focused or hyper-conscious with, just because we're talking about 30% of the snaps. And that's the other dynamic with it. So with that, yeah, man, shout out to Breiden.
Now, Sean McCartney brings up a good question here. Regarding Fehoko's consistency, do you still see us getting a nose tackle or D tackle to rotate with him?
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's talking about the draft.
Yeah. Me personally, I do. I just think that this is one of those moves where it band-aids the situation. No different than the Keanu signing, no different than the Pat P signing, no different than, some of the things we've done on offense. I think it just gives you just that feeling that we do not have to take this guy right now. We already have a guy on the roster that can at least provide us some quality NFL snaps. I think it does that. But if there's a nose tackle that's sitting there that we love and we want to take, I don't think it stops us from taking him, personally. But this just gives you the peace of mind that if there isn't a nose tackle or interior D lineman that we absolutely love early on, then it's not going to per se kill you, because we already at least have some depth, and we still have a Travis who started games for us as well. We still have a Larry Ogunjobi, a Cam Hayward and stuff like that, Isaiah Loudermilk. So you still feel like you got some pieces around that could at least band-aid the situation, some sort of package and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think it deters us from getting anybody that we want in terms of those interior D linemen.
It's almost like when Tomlin was talking about signing Mitch last offseason. The reason I think this was on Big Ben's podcast when he was talking about it. And he said the reason we brought in Mitch was so we don't do anything stupid in the draft.
So you don't have to feel like I'm pressed, I gotta go reach, or I gotta trade up or something like.
So yeah, what if we really like Ika? But this is security in case Ika goes before when we're gonna draft him and he's not available, or so we're not reaching for him.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Yeah, good signing.
I'm with you.
Two good signings. Omar is on fire. What's the worst signing? Because I'm liking every signing right now.
All right, let's see.
The one that's probably most questionable will be Ogunjobi, I think, just because of the contract. Because of the contract number. Yeah. But it's still fine. Like, I was still good with the signing.
All right.
That's how on fire Omar is right now.
Everything is money. If I had to file a grievance, this is the pettiest of pettiest grievances.
I guess you can maybe say Holcomb is overpaid a little bit.
See, you going that route. This is how petty and simple my grievance is. And I feel conflicted because I love the dude. Like, the dude is dope. He's a good dude. But I wanted this other thing to happen. I have a grievance with the Gentry signing because I feel like it's turned him away from the Darnell Washington pickup that I was hoping for. My two tight end setup. I feel like it's gonna keep him away from it. So I'm a little biased about that move, and I'm a little hurt by that
Washington.
move. I did, man. The more I watched him on tape, man, I be researching. I fell in love with him. I was like, yo, I love. Look at him get blocked. Oh, look at he catch. Look at the. Oh, he got the win. You know. I was watching him push that sled.
Still no contract numbers for Gentry.
I watched him push that sled. That sled looked dope when he was moving it. And now I'm like, I ain't gonna never get that now. Not in the black and gold.
Well, could Gentry be like the Breiden Fehoko signing for that position, for the tight end position?
Listen,
it's security, but it's not going to stop us.
Selfishly, yes, but at the same time, I don't want it to be, because I do want Gentry to continue to develop. He has been carving out a role for himself. You think about where he was 2 years ago to where he's at now, and how we view him on this roster on offense. The dude done earned the spot. He done carved out a niche. So I'm like, I don't want to hinder that from him, man. I like the fact, and he's a good dude. So it's like, I like that. But it's Darnell Washington, man. It excites me when I watch him play. It's the draft. This is what y'all do.
Yeah, if we draft
it's the draft
season,
man.
Overkill.
It would be. It would be like the guard situation. We'd be like, yo, we got too many guards. We got too many tight ends now. Nah.
It'd be different if Gentry was our tight end one at this point.
Ooh, yeah. But then we'd probably be saying
you'd probably be drafting one of the you'd probably be drafting one of those receiving tight ends though, right. Like Mayer.
Yeah, if he's tight end one, and that's no shot at Gentry, but yeah, if that's tight end one, yeah.
Sean McCartney says, reason I asked is they've been looking at another Keanu out of Wisconsin. Also, many nose tackle D tackles in the draft have the 2-down player label.
Nah, Keanu Benton. No, I like him, man. We talked about him a couple of times up here too, man. We've seen some people mock him to the Steelers, but no, Keanu, he definitely has that versatility. I'm trying to think. When we talked about him, we still like Brissy a little bit better, the cat from Clemson, but Benton did play well. He's super productive, disruptive in terms of his pass rush and just his movement in the interior portion of the line. I just thought he played a little bit high at times, but that's still something that you can continue to coach out of a player. But shout out to Wisconsin though, man, because we're gonna get to these edge rusher meetings that the Steelers had, and yeah, I gotta correct myself, man, on not knowing about a little brother. Cause man, oh man, I apologize for not knowing about your little brother. I apologize. Oh, I can't wait till we talk about the edge rush from Wisconsin. Man, what? Oh, Deke, I'm watching the tape, Deke. I'm like, no, did I? Oh.
Are you saying Bud Dupree who?
Oh, we're going to get to it all. I'm like, yo, we didn't got to spend that money. He was here. It didn't happen. You got first dibs, buddy. What? We're going to talk about it. We'll talk about Deke. But yeah, man, it just, yeah. I was like, oh, my eyes are open. I wasn't familiar with your game. I'm familiar now. Yeah.
Pulled a Shaq moment.
For a fact, I did. I said, oh, I stand corrected.
Well, don't be so hard on yourself, because I don't even think you knew he had a brother.
I didn't, but I feel like I should because, yeah, I just feel like I should have. I don't know. We're supposed to know all the bloodlines. You know this, man. We have to know everything, Deke. You're the historian. I'm supposed to know all of the active things, all right? That's how it works. But neither one of us know all of it. But that's just how it works, though. We're supposed to, at least. So I felt like, dang, I should have known that this was his little brother. I should have known that. And I should have known that he was a pass rusher.
I'm not holding it against you.
I should have known that he was a pass rusher from Wisconsin, especially when I think of
the
last pass rush we got from Wisconsin. I was like, hold on, baby. Whoa. Wait a minute. So, yeah, man.
We sure it's not Nebraska? It's
Stop it, man. Stop. Okay. Because now you got me over here like, wait a minute. It definitely was Wisconsin, man.
Well, that is it for the Supers right now. Is there anything else with those two recent signings?
No. That was it for right now, man, with those two dudes. Obviously, man, we just get ready for the next phase, which is when we see them out there in OTAs, minicamp, and stuff like that, man. But I just definitely want to go back and spend a little time talking with them now that we had a chance to check that tape out. Oh.
Do you think we're done? Free agency? Bud's the only one I got in mind.
Bud's the only big name, but I think of like the Breiden Fehoko signing. He wasn't on our radar. But I do think like we might could see another one of those.
Maybe a tackle.
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, because we still we did technically brought in LaRaven.
Yeah, you're right.
So he's technically the
I could just
Fehoko
see us
signing.
bringing in a guy. Now, I'm assuming we're going to draft a tackle, but I could see us bringing in another veteran guy to compete.
Yeah. That's
on a vet men deal.
Yeah, whether he be a right or a true left.
Because what other position could you see us doing that with?
I was like, I still think you draft your third quarterback. I don't think you go out there and sign another free agent quarterback unless you cop and smite from the XFL. Hey, you got some XFL dudes. The AJ McCarron, he cooking. You got Ben DiNucci, he cooking. I'm saying if we needed a third quarterback, those would be the two dudes that I would choose from. Just saying. If we was looking there.
On defense, you're not bringing in another linebacker, right?
Nah, because we already got enough in there.
I feel like that's what you did with Neal in a way.
Yeah.
He fits the athletic linebacker, the box safety type of thing, but
takes
also
a little bit of the pressure off,
traditional
right?
Safety.
Yeah.
I don't think you're bringing in another safety in free agency.
Are you on another nickel corner maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, I could see that.
Because I was like, outside of Mollett, who's our next like true nickel?
I could see that.
Yeah. Because Pat P, we said he'll play in there, but he's not a true nickel. Trey Norwood can play in there, but he's not a true nickel.
Yeah, I don't see us doing outside. I think that's going to be the draft.
Yeah.
Peterson, Levi. We brought back Pierre. He's our depth guy.
Yeah.
You bring another dude from the draft into the room there. Safety. Yeah, I don't know. Defensive line.
In a
I
good
think we're kind of
space.
set. We brought in Fehoko.
Yeah. We're in a really good space, though. Third outside linebacker is the big question right now.
I guess you could say receiver. But I feel like we like the guys in-house right now with Austin and Miller.
Yeah. I can't knock that.
I think you address that through the draft.
I know you want us to address that through the draft. Deke gonna do whatever it takes to get this Jordan Addison pick. I'm just telling y'all, man.
It's making more and more sense.
Deke be like, hey, I'm just saying, we didn't sign Breiden Fehoko, so Jordan Addison is in play, right?
So
we just signed Keanu, so Jordan Addison is in play.
It looked like it was more in play like 2 or 3 weeks ago when we all assumed we were going to bring back Edmonds. But then when we saw we weren't bringing back Edmonds, he was going to the Eagles, then I feel like the Jordan Addison first-round stock went down. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, now we got to look at another position here, safety.
Right.
But then we bring in Keanu Neal. I think we're right back. Bringing in a Breiden Fehoko, too.
Deke say, yo, this Addison move is going to happen. I'm going to
I'd say it's in our top 3 needs heading into the draft.
Addison's top 3?
Slot receivers at 3, I'd say.
See, I look at it like tackle, corner, athletic linebacker, slash. I look at it like, yeah, ooh. I would just slot, though. Because is drafting a receiver overkill when you have Calvin Austin coming back that we've never seen? We've literally never seen him.
I know the answer, and I'm witnessing the answer play out firsthand in my franchise, and I didn't really need Addison that bad. Although there's a transition happening late in the season.
Okay.
The top 3 receivers on the field right now are Jordan Addison, George Pickens, and Calvin Austin.
Oh, that was different. And how did that? Is it the speed?
I just need people getting open.
It's the speed, huh? Can he catch?
Made some big plays last game for me. It's actually my featured target.
It was a certain name that I was expecting to hear, though.
He's on the block. He's definitely on the block next offseason. Need to build the trenches up.
Dang, happens fast, man. That's cold world, Deke. Jeez.
I'm doing like Omar is in real life. It's just different personnel shifting. That's all.
That's very different.
I need to build up the trenches in the franchise.
That's the carrot you're going to use?
It's going to be at the expense of Deontay.
Jeez. All right, then. Respect, man. Respect.
Although I'm probably not helping my trade leverage with Deontay if I'm not playing him. Like, I need to showcase him.
Show him a little bit.
I need to showcase. Oh, guys, look. Like, everyone that's watching my Twitch.
Go 4
look
wide.
Look what Deontay's able to do.
Go 4 wide, man.
I can't do that in my playbook. I don't think they have 4 wide. Like, you have to put a tight end in a certain spot.
Oh, got you.
And you have to put a running back in for 5 wide. It's kind of BS. Although, wait, no, I switched my playbook recently. I was using Lions playbook. Now I'm Saints. Saints might have a 4 wide outside.
You don't want the Matt Canada? You're not feeling the Jet
People
sweep?
say I run a Matt Canada-ish offense.
Ew. Why?
I like running the ball. I try to.
Oh, so now you want to
I try to stay committed to it.
Now you want to run.
Najee and Bajan are fumbling left and right.
But you got Kenny at your quarterback. How you going to be handing the ball off,
I told
man?
you they screwed his rating.
But you elite. You above that rating, man. Your skills.
I do power through.
Come on, man.
I do power through.
Yeah.
There's usually a thing or two that happens early in the game. I chalk it up to EA. You screwed Kenny's rating. This ball should have got out faster. But then I adjust. I'm like, okay, lock in.
Okay.
That's basically what happened last game. There was a pick I threw, and I was like, this ball should have been out 10 years ago. No wonder it's picked. Yeah. I was like, I'm trying to make this read. I'm trying to fit it in this window. But then it's like a 2-second delay on the throw. It's like, yeah, it's going to get picked. His release is terrible. We're making it work.
They're going to upgrade him, though. Upgrade Kenny, man. Come on. Upgrade KP8.
Okay, so we got a couple more super chats.
We do? All right. I was about to say, otherwise we'll tap into
Actually,
these.
one more. Sean McCartney again says, not sure if they're related, but how about Valami Fehoko, edge from San Jose? Wow.
Bro, don't see. Now, you about to do that to me, man. I don't. Deke, let's find out, bro. We're going to find out real quick before we go to this next topic. We got to find out.
I think if we have to prefer one of the siblings, though, heading into this draft, I got to give the edge to Fehoko because of the dad. Did you see the dad?
I did not know.
Going buck wild at these Chargers games, like getting shown up on the Jumbotron, just going crazy.
He turns up.
Yeah. So I want that energy.
Oh, I love that.
So we'll give them more of the benefit of the doubt with the draft. If there's another, if this is actually his brother.
So we like the intangibles part there.
Exactly.
Okay. Because little bro in Wisconsin, yeah, I need to see this. Little bro in Wisconsin,
although
he's got a fan.
Nate Herbig's personality is pretty good in and of its own right.
Yeah.
First thing that pops up on Google.
I feel like they got to be, right? That seems like a related name.
Wait. What's his name? I'm seeing Sion Fehoko.
And this is Breiden Fehoko.
Sion Fehoko. I think he's a receiver.
Okay. How
They
many
have to be
Fehoko?
cousins or
Bro,
something.
how many Fehokos are there?
Breiden Fehoko followed his older brother to Texas.
Come on.
Is the chat saying it? See if the chat's saying anything.
I'm looking. The chat doesn't have anything from me yet, man. We need to know, are the Fehokos related? Let us know.
This guy's in this year's draft. Braiden's story, where his parents, his dad's name is Villy.
And this dude said Viliami Fehoko. That's guy, right?
Wait.
Are they related? Viliami Fehoko and Breiden Fehoko.
I'm seeing a VJ Fehoko. I'm seeing a Sam Fehoko. Sam Fehoko is coaching at Texas Tech. So
We're not getting enough.
VJ Fehoko, linebacker for Utah. That's not the same guy, is
That's
he?
not. Nah, because this dude's from, he said San Jose.
I'm not seeing him. Got to be cousins or something.
They say they are cousins.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout Barley,
that counts though.
Other
I
Jacob.
mean, that definitely counts for Tomlin.
Boo, yeah. Oh, yeah. If y'all got any, y'all ain't got to be real cousins. Y'all could just be fake cousins. It's still going to count, man. Absolutely.
We did it. We did it with Peterson.
We definitely did. B-Mac. Yeah.
We didn't realize it at the time because we
Uh-huh.
think Peterson a name in his own
Yeah.
right, you know?
Yeah.
He's cousins with Brian McFadden. We did it.
We definitely did.
Tomlin somehow snuck it
Come
in.
on, man. And that was a big one. He was like, hold on. Shh, don't tell nobody about this one. We like, oh, it's Pat Pete. No, that's B-Mac cousin, bro. Chill out. They even got a podcast together. So, yeah.
People were more concerned about him potentially trying to take 7.
That was also true. But that was also because of what he posted. It was provoked.
Big mistake.
Yeah, he provoked it. You got to be careful what y'all post out here. No pun intended. You got to be careful, though, man. It's crazy.
Couple more supers. Isaiah Aguilar missed the last live show, but thanks for doing my mock.
Oh, yeah. Salute you, bro.
Loving free agency and the offseason moves, we making Omar play chess with the league. How soon do you think we resign Highsmith?
August. Yeah, that's traditionally been the way. We'll find out with Omar if he changes it, but traditionally, when it's an extension, they wait until after the draft, August time frame, right before training camp, when they try to get those extensions done typically. So that's what I'm anticipating for Highsmith, man. But hey, man, you ain't got to wait too long. You can pay him early if you want to.
Now I'm seeing Shaka Hayward out of Duke.
Don't
Cam and Connor's first
All
cousin.
right, bro. Come on, man.
Well, I'm seeing second cousin and first cousin. Either way,
How
he's
many
their
Haywards
cousin.
do we know? They got to be
I
related,
think
right?
that's overkill. Is that where we draw the line?
It is Cam, though. Has Cam's credit run out on, like, can you get a second cousin in here? It has to be a little brother because Cam is like he's aged out, whereas with TJ, he's still like in this prime, so we can keep you.
We've never done the trifecta yet, have we?
Yeah, no, it was just Terrell and Trey. I think
We've
only
been
had
close.
2. Yeah,
we've
we've
been
only
close.
been 2s.
Either with the Watts or the Edmonds.
Yeah, and even the Williams, because remember with Vince and his little bro. But yeah, nothing. We haven't had any trifectas. Yeah, we haven't had a trifecta, bro.
That's secretly one of Tomlin's goals before he retires.
Of course he does. What his goals. That's why I thought he was going to pay for Edmonds, the other one. But yo, get them all. Just blah. Wow.
AJ Martinez, did we get another head knocker like RC?
Big facts, man.
Neal?
Keanu will smack you, bro. Now, he's not the same type of like violent stuff like that, but nah, Keanu's definitely physical, though. 100% he's a physical player.
AJ Martinez, Deke News. You're doing a great job, Mr. D.
Shout out.
Keep it up.
Big facts, bro.
Thank
Big
you.
facts.
Just trying to report the news.
I like when you report the news, though, bro.
Give people the
I
information.
like that. They need that info. We all do, man. We all
Steal the
do.
Nation on Fire says Omar spent more money than Colbert would have.
Depends on which version of Colbert. Last year's Colbert was spending.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 years of Colbert was getting a little creative. But maybe this is what we don't know. Was that Khan's hidden hand the whole time? They knew they were going to pass it on to him and gave him a little bit more reins?
Khan is the money man. So, you know, he know how to work them numbers a little bit better. It's different when it's your check.
The flaw in that theory, though, is we didn't name him the GM in waiting. We interviewed like freaking 10 or 15 GMs last offseason.
A lot of dudes.
It could have not been Khan's job. And Khan I interviewed with like the Bear. He interviewed with a couple places these last couple of years. So there was no guarantee he was going to stay. No. So there's a flaw in that. But, yeah, Colbert was doing some stuff.
Nah, respect. All right.
That's it for the supers right now.
Man, well, let's tap in because we do want to talk into these combine meetings briefly before we hop on the phone, man, with our guest, Travis Feeney, former Steeler, but starting linebacker for the XFL Seattle Battlehawks, man. He'll be joining us at 5:30, all right? So before we get to him, I did want to talk about some of these edge rushers that we ultimately met with at the combine because, as we said, man, the correlation, typically, man, whoever we're meeting with, if we're at their pro days as well, just typically has a little bit more eyes on it, just gives us a little bit more direction. But it was interesting hearing some of these players that they met with from an edge rusher perspective. And hit that like button too one time for the coach. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, and hit that notification bell as well. But the rushers that we met with at the combine, Nick Herbig from Wisconsin, little brother of Nate Herbig of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we definitely like that. Lucas Van Ness out of Iowa. Lonnie Phelps out of Kansas. Derek Hall from Auburn. Nolan Smith, UGA. Ain't no more playing GA. Let's get it. Then after that, Dylan. I'm going to say Dylan. I'm tripping. Dylan Horton out of TCU. Then Felix Anadike Uzama out of Kansas State. And then Tyrus Wheat from Mississippi State. Alrighty. So briefly, let's see. We've talked Nolan Smith. We know who he is. Super athletic. Had the crazy combine performance. Was it 4.39 or something like that he ran? So since then, obviously, we know he's been hopping up a lot of draft boards. It's funny, man. The more I watch him, though, he reminds me. I'm getting Hassan Riddick vibes with him, like early on, because he's like super athletic.
Yeah,
but
I think he's gonna be good.
Yeah, like he definitely has like he's raw, but if he gets that thing, oh yeah, he got a lot of potential right there. Do you think he goes as high as they're talking though?
I think he's going first, and now some people didn't Kuiper have him going in the
like
teens?
top 10. Yeah, it was like top 15. Yeah,
he might. I do think he's gonna be good. Whenever I was watching some of his stuff today, and then you compare it to what he did at the combine, it's like you can move him around a little bit.
He's
gonna be fast
man.
off the edge, and he's not just fast too. I think he's powerful.
Bro.
Like he can push some of these dudes back.
Yeah. He's definitely strong, man. But that's all I was trying to watch. And I'm just like, bro, he's giving me the Hassan Riddick vibes, bro. Like that's what they seeing with that, man. But then from there, man, Nick Herbig, bro. Shout out.
Seems
to
like
Nick,
you got
man.
a lot to say about him.
All right, I'll just talk about him briefly. But this cat, man, when I cut the tape on, the first thing that jumped off was the athleticism, the speed rush, active hands, man. He gets after the quarterback. I think he has a really good natural bend to his game. Now, the thing is this, though. He is a thinner body type. He's not, built like a prototypical outside linebacker. But when you watch him, he does some of everything. Can drop into coverage. He's really crafty in terms of how he takes on blocks when the run is at him versus when you see run away, he's chasing everything down, look like TJ out there. You're like, bro, you better block him. Somebody needs to chip this dude. He's going to tackle this every single time. That's ultimately what he does. But to me, man, I just think that Nick, he's versatile. I was definitely surprised to see him be that athletic. I was not anticipating the speed element.
Because his brother's so fat.
His brother's a little thicker, and he played at Wisconsin. So I was like, all right, bro, it's going to be a run stopper, okay? Forgive me, Deke, forgive me. I cut on the tape, and I was like, whoa. Like, what just happened here, man? So the surprise factor caught me off guard. But I just think that he's really polished, too, when you're talking about his pass rush ability. And that's something that is different when we're talking about some of these other guys. Like Nolan Smith, I don't think he's as polished as a rusher. I think Nolan wins through speed and just power and just outworking guys. But when you talk about a repertoire of actually moves and know how to set stuff up, I think Nick is better at that. But yeah, I definitely like Nick a lot. And I think he's one of them dudes you can get middle rounds too. I don't think you have to spend, a 32nd overall the type to get this dude.
Hell no.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, but when we're talking a third rusher, that is the type of dude that you could be looking for that's going to be cheap type thing, man.
And Mike Turner saying Nick Herbig has a close relationship with TJ Watt.
Oh!
The anti
the funny
Taylor
thing,
Lewan.
and this the other thing. The funny thing is this. He does the same rush moves as TJ, bro. Oh my God. I saw my man run, hit it with the, I'm a bull you. Nope, I'm a flash and dip on. I said, bro, that's the TJ. I said he gave this to TJ that started from the JJ. You remember how JJ gonna give you the fake bull and take it away. And he gonna roll up under that thing and bend the edge. TJ give you this, take it away. He definitely, I'm like, bro, that's the same move. It must be a Wisconsin staple. I had never learned that move coming out. Never. I see these dudes do it all the time. I'm like, okay, that's the Wisconsin. I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna woosa and take it away. But he definitely has that move.
Is Herbig a lock for a 4th round pick then?
It's a strong possibility.
Or we
bro.
Trade back into the 5th and take
all I'm saying, Deke, it's a strong possibility the Steelers are going to be liking together. This guy a lot.
Top 19 reporting.
Oh my god, bro, I can see it. I was like, yo, they're like, yo, it just looked too similar. I'm like, yo, it's as soon as he did the move, I'm like, it's only one other person I know does that move. I was telling you, bro. I had to look. I'm like, yo, is this the right tape, right? All right, this ain't, oh, okay, all right. But, yo, he rangy. He close on you. I like it, bro. I like it. And I thought, man, when you're talking about some of the other guys, because we know in our defense, you got to drop into coverage. I thought that he was one of those guys who was still a lot more fluid in his drops when he was in a pedal, when he was having to do some of the coverage stuff. Now, he still didn't do a ton of it, but I just thought that he looked more comfortable in contrast to some of these other guys we're going to talk about.
Well, that's the crazy thing to me. I think all of them, outside of Lonnie Phelps, maybe even Lucas Van Ness, all of these dudes look like they're safeties. Really.
Yeah, athletes in space, right?
Yeah, it's almost like football is evolving like the NBA is evolving, where everyone just looks the same out there.
How many
positionless players?
Think about when TG is on, we say it's what? It's basketball on grass. Like, we want to see Q playing in space. That's what the game is now. All those dudes, man, like, I felt like I wrote the same thing for everybody except 2 players up here. Super athletic, rangy. Yeah. Because all of them, like, all but 2 of them dudes, like you said, Lucas Van Ness, he's the main one where he definitely, to me, is 4-3, or he's a 4-3 DN/3 technique when you watch him, whereas these other guys, they truly are your stand-up guys. But to me, man, like, we definitely see the direction that we are looking for with that third rusher. We want something that can stand, that can be ranged, that can pass, that can drop into coverage. Another cat, man, that honestly, all of these dudes to a certain extent, not so much Lucas, because like I said, Lucas I like a ton, but to me, he's just a 4-3 dude.
Like
he's a 4-3
JJ
dude.
Watt.
Yes, you call him JJ Watt. I call him Bertier from Remember the Titans. I was like, bro, strong side. Every time I was like, that's what it looked like. But it's like heavy hands. He gonna move up and down. He can play DN. He gonna play 3-tech. He looking for a matchup. And it's relentless effort. It's hand placement. It's pad level. And he is just play after play after play after play. He's just not a space player to me, though. He's not a stand-up 3-4 outside linebacker type. Not majoring at it, at least. But another dude, though, Lonnie Phelps, out of Kansas. Another one of them dudes, man. Athletic, really good size. I thought he had really good heavy hands and good short area change of direction. When I watch him, though, in terms of his pass rushing, he wins, but I feel like it was still more of an effort style rusher than pure like guy that's gonna win a one-on-one. And why does that matter is when you're talking about this level, you want guys like a TJ Watt, you don't have to game him. He can just put him out there. We're gonna run 4 dudes down here, no blitzing or nothing. He's gonna win it. If you don't have guys that can win one-on-ones, you got to start twisting. You got to start blitzing, and it just compromises what you want to do from a coverage perspective. So that was my only thing when I was looking at Lonnie. But if we're looking at him as that third guy, I think that is still an upgrade of what we currently have. The dude that I love too, though, Derek Hall.
Yeah.
I've seen him mocked in the
He jumped off the screen to me.
Yeah, like, to me, he was one of them dudes that I was, he'd been on my radar for a little while. Just different organization.
Damn.
But I like him a lot because I didn't think we needed him. You feel me? I thought it was going to get Bud.
Well, if he's going to go first round, I don't want to.
Right. Initially, because that's what it was initially. But now I'm like, everybody can't go first round. Everybody can't.
I don't want him in the second either. I don't want to be taking an edge rusher before the third.
So before the
for
third.
The Steelers.
Yeah.
So maybe he is a target for those people up in Buffalo. So
this is my question, though. What's the difference between what you would spend on Bud Dupree versus drafting Derek Hall in the second?
I got to be able to put words to this. Bud Dupree is the stopgap for the year, whereas your second-round pick should be franchise, whatever. You're hoping you get them to the second contract. I feel like it's a higher resource.
Don't you got somebody that's in a contract year though, right?
Than just signing Bud Dupree. What? Oh, you're saying you're wow.
We've already talked this before too. We know it's a business. Who else? Let's go down the list of who come up to get paid. You got Highsmith's going to come up to get paid. You got Pat Frymouth coming up to get paid.
If you're thinking
Najee Harris coming up to get paid,
100%.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I'm 100%. If
yeah.
you're thinking that way of just trying to get some leverage on Highsmith, then it would make sense.
Yeah.
To take a guy with one of your second round picks.
That's my only thing. Like, because to me, if we weren't looking for that, I just wonder, like, how. I'm trying to even figure out how to word this thing.
You get. I mean, if you take someone in the second round, I'd want it to be at another position outside of edge, presuming that you already have Highsmith and TJ locked up. Give me your potential franchise slot receiver or the replacement for Deontay.
Yeah.
What else? I guess you could talk about safety or cornerback.
He's gonna play, and that's the other part. He's gonna play a good amount as the third guy. No different than Ingram. No different than if Bud was here, except he's cheaper, obviously healthier, and you still have a little bit more leverage on the Highsmith situation without having to spend it up front on a Bud Dupree potentially costing a couple of M's. That was the thing. Like when I thought of, I'm like, how do you still get that type of productivity that you would get from a Bud? But at the same time, without having to cut that check, and you still could feel good that I at least know I got this dude for 4 years. That was the only thing, like I said, with Derek that kind of made it intriguing to me.
It's the gift and the curse. By taking one of those, you're not taking another position. Yeah. That's all. And having them on a cheap rookie contract for 4 years.
This is the funny part. I think the way I look at Derek and how I talk myself into Derek is how you look at Addison, how you talk yourself into Addison. Where it's like, technically both are... You don't need a slot receiver. You don't need a high-end third rusher. But we both feel like we want this part right here. We want that part right there.
Okay.
And I think that's how I look at it, too, with him. Because I'm just like, if I'm getting that type of player who we know has first-round talent, but I can get that second, I don't see it as a negative for me, man. Because I think it gives me upgrade on defense. It gives me a insurance in terms of if any one of my guys go down. We saw what happened when TJ went down and what the pass rush looked like. Highsmith played all season. Are we going to be lucky enough to get both of them full season again? Or do you still want to have a little bit higher end backup? That's the other part when I keep thinking about the whole Derek Hall situation.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. It would just... It wouldn't be a waste. Because you could have a really interesting like 3 pass rush thing for the next couple years. It's just that if you do give Highsmith the 3-4 year deal, it would feel like overkill to me.
Yeah.
Whereas with the receiver,
the price point too.
Right, with receiver, Deontay's contract is literally going to be up after next year, where that's going to be up in the air whether or not we re-sign him or not.
Yeah.
Whereas Highsmith, he's at the point where it's the either or. You're either going to have him around long term or you're not. You could play this whole game of bringing in the replacement.
Do you think it changes anything to you if we saw the number be under 10 versus the number being over 10 for what we pay Highsmith?
I think he deserves over 10.
I do too. But if the number was under 10, does that change how you would look
for Highsmith?
Yeah.
With drafting Derek Hall or any edge rusher early?
Yeah. Would that change your perspective if we're not saying that, hey, this is the starter who's getting double digits, TJ's making what he's making, and now we draft another dude in the early second? Like, we don't need that.
I think
but
it's
if
more
Highsmith
about
is getting
the years.
8, 9, or 7, it's like, what does that look like?
I think it's more about the years for me. Okay. If Highsmith's getting 2 or 3 years, then maybe even 3. I don't know about that. 2.
Yeah,
I don't know if he'd agree to that though, because then he could do the whole franchise tag and stuff. Yeah. Probably potentially get more than that. I don't think the number bothers me as much.
As the length of it.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's the length. I just need to know if the Steelers are committed to Highsmith long term or not.
For sure. Because I feel like they're going to re-sign him. Or not re-sign him. They're going to extend him. I just don't know like the magnitude of it. I feel like it should be over double digits. But we just don't know what it is just yet.
Right. No. Yeah, he deserves that coming off of his last season. Even the season before that was underrated. It's just his sack numbers weren't double digits. It could have been. He probably missed out on like 4 or 5 sacks in 2021.
Yeah.
But no, last year he really put it together. It's just TJ's the Batman. We know that. Mm-hmm. We want to take care of Highsmith, but at the same time, you don't want to go overkill.
That's why I'm like, does this edge rusher, if you're the team from a business standpoint, does that make sense?
If you don't think a Highsmith deal is going to get done.
Fair. Okay. I can see that.
For sure. Yeah. If you don't, but I'm not getting those vibes right now. We're not getting anything like we did last offseason with Deontay and contract. Yeah. Even I don't think we had the TJ contract talk this early whenever he was up, right? We just all assumed it was going to get done. Yeah. But then, the whole holding with the training camp.
It got kind of crazy, man.
Minka, there was nothing to it. It was only Deontay, really, I think, recently.
Minka
the contract
was doing
talk
his
came
thing,
up.
but Minka ended up getting hurt, too, right? Because Minka, didn't he fall off the...
Oh, yeah, the bike.
Yeah. So I was like, because he was hurt, he wasn't out there.
Oh, you know what? No, that was after. That was after, because that was around training camp.
Yeah, he did his holding during OTAs and minicamp and stuff like that, yeah. But he was good, though, because he got his deal done and everybody's fine.
I think that was literally due to the bike. Like his wrist was hurt or whatever. Yeah, again, if the Steelers think Highsmith's going to play hardball or there's just not going to be too much negotiating or agreements being made here this offseason with the contract, then I could see them taking a guy. But I'm just not getting those vibes.
Yeah, especially early.
This is me
at least the
from
early
afar,
on
though.
part.
Right.
But we know they love their linebackers. So that's the other part. I'm just like, SEC
maybe they just do it to do it, even though they
that.
think they're going to have Highsmith for a 3-4 year. Maybe they just do it.
Yeah.
Just because. All the points that you brought up, where, when one of them goes down, we're lacking.
Like, we felt a drop-off.
Our next guy
we felt a legitimate drop-off.
Who's our next guy? Isn't one of the guys...
It's Jameer.
It was preseason. No, we brought in Roche. It was Roche.
Roche, that's what we had. Because it used to be Jameer. Tazar Skipper used to be the guy. He's in the XFL now. Yeah.
Now, if we bring in Bud, I feel like the quality won't drop off as much.
I would agree.
But if you want a guy,
I just think the Bud
long term, I don't know how that works though. Is everyone cool with that?
Unless I'm
like a 3-man rotation for the next 3 or 4 years.
If Bud is on a 1 year, then that concept works. If Bud is on a 2 year, then I think it goes back to the dynamic of, or the dilemma of, which one would I rather have? A young player that I take a little bit early on in this draft, or me paying Bud a couple of M's this year and next year?
Sure.
Whew. All right. Shout out to Derek, though, man. Now, I'm trying to think who else on this list, man, was I feeling. The Tyrus Wheat cat out of Mississippi State. He was another intriguing dude, man, just because of how he was utilized down there. More of like their rover, move around guy. Not great at anything, but good at a lot. He's another third type player that I could see us looking into, but I don't know when, like, he's even being projected like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's my only thing, because it's like, I think he rushes well. I think he drops into coverage well. I think he could fit what we're trying to do. Almost like a Melvin Ingram, but not as good. Think about how, like, Melvin was utilized, man. Could stand up, move around, do the rover, inside, outside. Like, he gave me those vibes. He definitely gave me poor man's Melvin Ingram vibes. But he's another one of them dudes, man, potentially.
Yeah, I thought with Phelps, a little bit of him too.
Oh yeah,
didn't jump off the screen like some of the other dudes.
Yeah, because like you said, when you said Derek jump off the screen, I'm like, yo, it looked electric. Like, you can tell that's talent. How'd you feel about the cat from TCU though? What was it, Horton? Another one of them speedy dudes too, man.
All right, they look like safeties.
They all do. Does that concern you?
No, I just think that's the way the NFL's going in a way.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Like, if you gotta bulk up, you gotta do some certain things, you do it. But speed is something that can't really be taught.
Yeah.
And if you have just the baseline skills of being an edge rusher, and if you as an organization are confident in your coaches and stuff and your teachings, and you bring in a guy with the speed, with some of the natural talent, you think you can mold them, it makes sense. I don't think it concerns me. It's just now you can, if you're running an offense, you can flip it on them. If a person just wants to have a bunch of athletic guys on defense, bulk up like what we're doing. Really,
that's definitely our approach right now, right?
Yeah, because so much of the offenses, or actually, no, I'm sorry. Well, both ways. A lot of people are trying to get athletic, but the defenses now, they're really trying to get athletic across the board.
Yeah, be small and fast, man.
So, way to combat that, let's just run the ball. Let's go back to old school football.
It worked for us, though.
And then things might start flip. Like, if some teams start having success that way, and defense would be like, oh, we got to get bulky again.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes like Jack Campbell are going to be more at a premium.
Yeah.
Everything flips, I feel like. Because Belichick was zigging when everyone was zagging back in the day, using those 2 tight end sets and everything.
Shoot, even the last Super Bowl they won up there.
Yeah, they low-key ran the ball a lot in Brady's second era up there in New England.
Mm-hmm. Like, that was their approach, and he just hit the throws he needed to hit and stuff like that. And obviously, he had the clutch gene, but they definitely went with that physical. Let's run it on him.
Yeah, it was after Welker, Moss, kind of that era fizzled out.
And it was Julian Edelman as the one. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Blunt, Gronkowski. Yeah, then they
rotated.
Randomly, they had Josh Gordon in there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
What other receivers did they have? Amendola, Chris Hogan.
Hogan, because it was Edelman and Hogan. That was dudes for a little while. Yeah.
They ran the ball with those teams, though. Mm-hmm. They did. Anything else with these guys?
I think Herbig's the guy. All signs. When you talk about all the tea leaves, all the little check marks, man, on your little bingo card, I think he checks off a ton of those boxes, man.
Late round pick.
Yeah, it just seems about right. Just seems like it's a fit.
Okay, so let me get to these super chats then before we get this interview right.
Oh, yeah, it is 27. Good call.
Let me see how many we can get in.
Yeah.
First one is Sean0989. In Saints gun tight, if you flick the stick right to change the package, you get 4 wide receivers. That's
for you.
Some really big information, actually.
That's what to say. You better screenshot that, man. Yeah.
Maybe I can have Deontay out there with Calvin Austin and Addison and Pickens. That's what I want. That's ultimately what I want. Because Deontay, I think he's 92 speed. Addison's like 92, 93.
Yeah.
Austin's 95. Pickens is like 91, 92. That's lethal. That's going to be tough to cover.
I like it.
Because not too many teams have quarterbacks across the board that have those speeds that can match.
All right, well, just remember, in Saints gun, tight, if you flick the stick right.
And that's a good formation.
You change the package, you get 4 wide receivers.
That's an unreal formation.
That's right.
That's some damn good information right there.
That's
Steelers
right.
Nation on fire. Malik Cunningham is the future backup for Kenny.
Where are we at? Oh, you said Malik Cunningham. Oh, out of Louisville. I don't hate it. I mean, it's just all backups. Say it.
Right.
It don't hurt anything.
Yeah, whatever.
What to say?
Our Barley 18, everyone shouting out Omar. Can we put some respect on Andy Weidel? Oh. Con is primarily a numbers guy. These moves have AW written all over them.
Hey, man, shout out to Weidel, man. It's another shout out for everybody. We ain't tripping on the shout outs. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we got some Eagles ties for sure in this free agency.
Philly is in the building, man. Just know. All right. We no longer handing out Permani sandwiches. We are handing out cheesesteak, excuse me.
Tyler LaQuatra, would y'all be happy if we signed Yannick Ngakoue?
Me personally, I've never been a Yannick guy. I think he's super athletic. I just don't think he's as polished and as good as he could be when you look at the traits and stuff like that. So for me, no, because I think it's still going to cost a little bit more than what we're going to want based on what we're going to get back. I would rather draft something personally, but that's just how I felt about Yannick. Yeah.
I am Pat Frymuth. I need to see y'all react to my mock.
Uh-oh.
It's a dub.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure that we be tapping on the list.
He did have that crazy-ass one last year.
Yes.
Where he did a ton of trades.
Mm-hmm.
We basically had, I think it was like 6 picks in the first 3 rounds. It was something crazy. I remember. He put it on easy mode. Young Poppy Benito, last super, says, thoughts on Yasir Abdullah, outside linebacker out of Louisville? Never heard of him.
I have not watched enough tape on him just yet to give you that type of review, but I will, though. So we got Yasir Abdullah, and then I also got to get back to the homie. What was it? He is up at the top. Rashee Rice. He's the other guy. So, yes, I will check some tape, and I will get back to you on Yasir Abdullah, excuse me. But I do low-key got beat since he at Louisville, and that was one of the teams that beat JMU this year. I just figured I thought that. But my guy was hurt. Squad.
Damn.
He caught us when
You
we
might
were,
get some PTSD watching it then.
Nah, it was
Kind of like
it's the injury phase. We ain't tripping on that.
Wait, who was I watching? There was one guy that we popped up last year, and he did pretty good. I think it was Sky Moore. That's who it was. I got PTSD.
Because he did cook
corners,
y'all boys.
Our corners couldn't stop a damn
He
slant
definitely
from Sky
cooked
Moore
y'all
in that
boys, man.
Western Michigan game. It's unbelievable.
Let's get ready to call up the homie. Not FaceTime, regular time.
Up, dog?
Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, man, I am excited today because first off, man, we are joined by a former Pittsburgh Steeler who was drafted by the squad in 2016 in the 6th round, 220th overall out of Washington University. And he is the current starting linebacker for the XFL St. Louis Battlehawks. Without further ado, you put some respect on his last name, Travis Feeney, baby.
Yes, sir.
Man, Trav, first off, bro, it is good to hear from you. How the heck have you been, man?
Bro, I've been good, bro. I mean, I've been doing my thing, still playing and just enjoying it, man.
No, without a doubt, man. And did get a chance to check you out on Sunday, man. Love the fact that your spin move is still working. Shout out to you for that.
Hey.
But I like the energy though, man. So just talk about, man, how you feeling after the game. I saw you like you got banged up a little bit at the end. You took on a little, you knock out a pull and all of a sudden you going to the sideline, man. Everything good?
Oh yeah, dude, I cramped.
Oh,
hey, I was cramping.
Come on, man.
I was like, dog. I was like, I can't be on TV. I can't be on TV. Damn, cramping. I'm like,
For sure.
I'm gonna run off.
Okay. But talk to me then, man. What has the XFL experience been like for you thus far, man?
Man, dog, after being through like the AAF and like the USFL and now doing the XFL, I mean, the experience so far has been great. Like everybody's located in Arlington. We're all in different hotels. We get breakfast and lunch. And then, sometimes coach buys everybody meals.
Okay.
It's good, but like the practice schedule is great. Got a lot of free time to do stuff. They give you a lot of like the Ricketts Symposium kind of deal. Remember they do all the little
heck yeah.
show you taxes, or learn stuff, real estate. And they're teaching you how to just really networking. It's like Brian Westbrook is like the big personnel guy who is networking everything. So we got like a event tomorrow. Like we do little Zoom meetings and connect with people and they call us career-wise after.
So they take a whole life approach then with this instead of just solely focusing on football.
Yep. Give you a whole life approach.
I like that.
So that's dope.
So what was happening in the other league? Is there like one big difference or a couple other big differences that set this league apart from the other ones you've been a part of?
So I think the biggest part is really just like the fact of like letting you know, like, I mean, we all know the football ain't forever.
Right.
Like, but like helping you prepare your next steps as you're leaving the game. I think that's the big thing with the USFL and the XFL really. The USFL don't really do like this part, but the USFL did one thing. They pay for your school. So if you wanted to go back and get your master's, that was one thing they did.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a big thing. So I mean, I also locked in on that. So I'm getting my master's.
Man, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Take advantage of
You know
the
what I'm
resources,
saying? Dog
baby.
gotta take advantage of everything.
Advantage of the resources. We leaving nothing on the table. Nothing on the table, baby.
Other than that, man, ball is good, man.
Okay.
The rules like the kickoff, I didn't like it at first.
Oh, that's mad
looking
crazy.
now,
Yeah.
Dude, I like it. And I feel like the NFL should do the kickoff.
Serious. I saw one of the cats ran one back. I think that was on Friday or Saturday's game. Somebody took something to the crib. You like it better though.
San Antonio, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The contact part of it is better.
Oh yeah. Speaking in that sense, absolutely. If you play front line of any special teams kickoff group, you know exactly what he's referring to right there. That's yeah. Good luck. Yeah.
Right. And kickoff return, nah, man. Forget that.
Run down there and jump in front of this dude running full speed. Yeah,
Right.
I'm good on that one, coach. Yo.
Yes, I want to go back real quick to your time in the CFL. I read this on Wikipedia. You got to tell me this story. You signed with Montreal, and then they released you the same day?
Dog.
Is that true? This is true?
No. I don't even know how that one happened. Because I never even knew. I was like, I signed to Montreal, and I didn't even know.
Wait, what? Hold on, Trav. Talk to me, Trav. You were signed to a team, and you didn't even know you were signed to the team?
Dog.
What was you doing?
People were telling me, like, bro, you signed with Montreal. I was like, what? When did I sign with Montreal?
Oh, this is crazy.
I said, this is nuts. People know I'm getting signed before I do.
Seriously.
And then they released you.
Yeah,
according to Wikipedia.
Like, they released me. They released me before even talking to me.
He said, yo, that was a transaction that I can't attest to. I can't confirm nor deny.
Was this like a Lamar agent thing, or is it like the Troy Polamalu imposter? Someone send a duplicate of you or something?
I'm like, man, I asked my agent before at that time. I'm like, man, like, dog, like, what's this? He said, I don't even know. I said, man, you don't know. And I don't know.
Like,
but
something
really
ain't adding up,
this
man.
is a problem.
Seriously, bro. Seriously.
This is a problem. I'm like, you don't know. This is bad.
Yo, that is crazy. Yo, all right. Well, we're glad you cleared that up, though, man.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Well, there we go. That's the answer to that question there. All
Right?
right.
That makes sense because you don't see it too often where you sign a guy and then the same day you release him.
Like maybe it's like a day later, but not the same day that you signed the deal.
I'm always looking. I'm like, dude, people probably thought I did something stupid.
Yeah, like he signed the deal and said something outlandish. Like, what did you do? Who'd you piss off on the way out the door?
Right.
Man, all right. Well, I did want to ask you too, then, man. In the sense that you did just join the XFL, right? The restart of it, but there were other leagues that were still at the time available or potentially starting up with the USFL and the CFL. So what was it about the XFL during this time frame that made you decide to go there versus waiting for a USFL or taking it up to Canada with the CFL?
Yeah, so CFL, I did it before, and I ain't never doing it again.
It is different. That's a different ball. It's a different game up there, bruh.
It's a different game.
I was like, we got football. That's a variation of football.
Yeah. Yeah. But the USFL, they wanted me to sign back, but I knew a couple of these coaches from the AAF that I played with, and I knew the GM here. So I saw them here, and I was like, man, let me roll the dice and come back here. I mean, I could have really signed back with the team, the USFL, and been fine, but I was like, let me roll the dice. And my homie, Tani.
Shout out to Tani, man. Let's go.
Shout out to my boy Tani.
Shout out
you know
Tani,
Tons.
man. Back then, my AZ days, man. Pittsburgh West for the culture.
Dude, so yeah, Tons, he recruited me.
Okay. I like it.
Because Tani said that he was coming here to play, and I was like, dude, I'm good, kind of good where I'm at. Like, I just got to do a second year, He's like, no, bro, I'm going to play. We got to play together, who knows his last ride. I'm like, all right, man, let's do it. So I last rided with Tani.
And shoot, so far, man, it's been working out. I mean, you look at your stats, you leading the team in sacks and tackles for losses. So it's definitely looking like you're having fun out there.
Oh, dude, I'm enjoying it, dog. I'm enjoying it.
Let's go.
I'm enjoying it.
What's the big thing you didn't like about the CFL? Was it the rules or like how the game actually played up there, or some of the stuff off? Isn't it like they have to start 6 or 7 Canadians out on the field?
Yep. I'll say the biggest thing I didn't like about it was the politics of it.
Okay.
Like, I don't even care about keeping and cutting real. Like, it's just, dog, they're definitely like locked into certain people. You always get that, but not like the CFL is on a different level. Like, you're literally just playing Canadians because you kind of got to with numbers. and they know Americans are going to leave if they can. They're there to get some film and get out.
Yeah.
So I mean, other than that, the game itself was cool. I didn't like the 1 yard off the ball.
Hey, you gonna test that get off up there now? Come on.
Oh man,
they go test that get off.
I'm like, dude, this dude is already
right.
He's already 3 steps slided. Like what?
No, I say that part is definitely was different, man.
Yeah, but other than that, man, it was cool. But there's like no fans, like, so it's just really bring your own energy every game. I said that like the environment itself. But yeah, other than that, I mean, you're still playing ball, but like that was the only big thing about CFL I didn't like.
For sure. Well, coming back to the XFL though, we definitely see y'all do got fans out there that do seem to be they
St.
involved,
Louis,
bro. I was about to say
St. Louis is like being back in Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna say they be turning out. I was like, okay, I see what's going on. I see the fans. Okay.
Oh, fans be crazy.
Yeah.
Making shirts of people and
right.
everything. I'd be like, dang, okay.
And shoot, man, I know you had referenced, just the feel of it feeling like it was back in Pittsburgh, but on your team, the St. Louis Battlehawks, y'all have Steeler ties. Bruce Gatkowski, your offensive coordinator, former teammate of mine, man, played in Pittsburgh. Come on, bro, you know what it is. Yeah. And then Mateo Durant, he's a young guy. You missed him, but he was just with us this offseason. So, you know, when you talk about the Steeler connection, man, have y'all guys had a chance to talk about that and bond? I know I saw you post a picture with Peasy the other time, man, when y'all played against San Antonio and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, man, we talked about it. I talked about it. Talked about our experience in Latrobe and all that. I said, oh, man.
The Latrobe Battlegrounds. Come on, man.
Latrobe. Oh, man. Latrobe. Man. But yeah, man, he's doing good. He's gonna be he's got a little burst to him.
Yeah. I like that, man. But even when you think about just around the league, you have a ton of NFL caliber guys. I mean, obviously AJ McCarron, your starting quarterback, played in Cincinnati, played in Buffalo, but you look at the amount of NFL guys. Do y'all take pride in that? The fact that we're in this league, but man, we all bring a certain level of productivity, a certain level of just polishness, to the game.
Right. I mean, you definitely do, especially like for me, especially when you're like, if you play a team and they got a big amount of NFL vet guys, like guys that have been in the league for 5-6 years and they're playing, it's like, okay, you definitely want to step it up in those. I mean, you're going to step it up every game, but I mean, you know how it is, competitive level, like, when y'all playing against a more higher experienced guy, like it gets your energy going, gets you just feeling like you're actually doing something, and not to knock people that haven't had any experience at all or anything. I mean, I haven't had much, but but like it feels good to see like it's not like, oh man, there's just nobody in this league. Right. Like no,
y'all got some names, dude. There's some dudes out there. Let's
some dudes in here, like So I mean, it's just good to see, and like people really just love seeing everybody eat. Yeah, like, honestly, that's the big thing.
Have you thought about doing something else for your career with you going through different leagues over these last, 5-6 years?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to get into the analyst role.
Let's go.
I made a couple connections.
Let's go.
And then talking to those guys, and then I talked to the Pac-12 network, some people. So I gotta chop it up with Moats and y'all more.
Hey, I'm gonna get you right, man. I got your back, partner. You already know, baby. You already know. Come on now. But
yeah, man. Other than that, man, I've been working on getting my little training certification, and a little side hustle. You know what I'm saying? While I'm training and stuff, doing stuff.
What made you want to stick with the leagues and playing football?
Yeah, man. Hopefully, if anything just crazy happens, I get called, but we'll see. That'd be the biggest thing. But not, man. Yeah, I mean, it's good here. I mean, why not make some money?
Hey, ain't nothing wrong.
And you mean by getting called, like going back to the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I hope. It's a long hope, but hey, who knows?
But the big thing is, man, you got to get the tape. And that is the one thing that you guys get the opportunity to with the XFL. And that's what makes the league unique in that sense, man.
Right.
No, without a doubt. So what would you say, too, man, talking about the XFL, what would you say has been your favorite part of it thus far?
Man, I say, dog, the favorite part of it is just honestly, like, I mean, it's just like the league playing against your boys that you've played against on other teams. And it's like, just seeing, like, you see some guys are still, like, journeying it through. Mm-hmm. And it just, like, after games, like, there's, like, a legit, like, hey, man, like, you did your thing, acknowledgement, and, like, people talking about the game to each other, breaking each other's game and skills down, or people helping each other out. So, I mean, I think it's just the camaraderie of the league itself.
Yeah.
Is a big thing.
And then in contrast, if you were the owner, if you were the big boy, you know, the Rock, which people's eyebrow and all that stuff. If there was something that you could change about the XFL, is there anything that you would change?
Man, what would I change? My only change I would do is I would have the guys in the cities that the teams are playing at.
Oh, versus everybody being in Arlington. Okay. Ooh.
Versus everybody being in Arlington, but obviously that's a money situation. Yeah. But if they could, I would do that. And, you know, as a player, you always want more money. So more money.
I was going to say you are not wrong if you said money. I was just that is definitely an answer. All right, it's definitely an answer, man. He was like, yo, I'm gonna wait to ask this. I'm gonna wait to just say money. But yeah, you know, I like the food. The food's good, man. The hotel situation's all right too. But money, give me another one and up.
Give me some more money and then no roommates.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm good. I got Tony, so I'm good.
Facts.
But, you know, some people, man, hey man, you just got a bad roommate. You got a bad roommate.
This is true. Now, speaking of bad roommates, I don't know why, but this made me think of y'all did have a little situation with a quarterback, not on your team, but it was somebody selling plays in there, if I remember correctly, right?
Wait, what's this?
The one dude got booted for selling plays to the other
Orlando.
team. It was the backup quarterback.
Yeah, what was? Can we get a little info on that situation? And did you receive any information? Versus, you know,
first, I did not receive any information.
Okay, that's the first thing that's good to know. That's the first thing that's good. Deke has integrity. He has integrity. All right, shout out. That's really good to hear. It's really good to hear.
Second is crazy because that dude's now starting and he's doing good.
What?
That's what we thought. We thought it was sabotage by that dude to try to get Paxton Lynch benched so he could be the starter.
Yeah, that's the quarterback, and he's playing. He's actually playing decent.
Yes. Because we saw they had released him, then they brought him back, then they put him on this like inactive list. We're like, yo, what is going on? And then we're like, yo, he was selling plays. He was telling the plays.
we still trying to find out what happened,
bruh.
People
that is
asking,
crazy.
Like, what?
Yeah, we felt like if you're Paxton Lynch, you should feel some type of way because that was sabotage, man.
But I'm like, man, in our league, like, you can't sabotage plays because you can hear it on the mic.
Oh, this is also true because whatever they call it's a call that's called Bronco, and it's always the zone right to the left, bro. They literally, you can hear them say Bronco. I'm like, bro, it's coming this way. I promise it's coming this way, bro.
Right. I'm like, they break it down, and then the analysts break the whole play call. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just watch the TV versions when I watch film.
Hey, that is crazy, bro. That is crazy because you definitely hear it though, without a doubt.
Oh, you hear like every single thing. That's the crazy thing.
I like it there. All right. Well, I did want to spin it back to when you first came out though, man. That NFL draft story, because obviously we know, man, it's a heavy Steelers podcast, man, and people always want to hear the stories about how you came about joining the squad, man. So if you could, man, just take us through your NFL draft story, man, when you were coming out of Washington.
Oh man,
I'm telling we winding that clock back, baby. Come on now.
Skinny Trav. Oh,
come on, yeah. With the fro. That one. Yeah.
With the fro.
Yeah.
With the fro. I still got it.
I be peeping. I be like, yup. It's a little longer now though. Shout out.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, dog. I still remember draft day. Supposed to have the draft party. The 5th round went by. Man, I went to my room. I told my mom, I said, man, y'all might as well shut this draft party down because I ain't going. I said,
it happens to the best of us, bro. It happens to the best of us, man.
I said, I ain't going. I'm good. I'm literally sitting on the toilet, not even going to the bathroom, just sitting there.
You having a pity party in the bathroom?
Dog, I'm losing it in the bathroom. I'm hot.
I went to the bedroom. I can respect it though. All right.
Dog, Coach T calls me. He's like, yeah, it's Coach T with the Steelers. But, I've had friends, like, calling me messing around. And I'm like, whatever, man.
No, that's a thing. That is definitely a thing, man.
Good impersonator.
You be like, bro, don't call my phone on draft day. Don't call me, bro. Don't call me.
Coach T called me, and I'm like, yeah, we're the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. We're about to draft you. I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, whatever. This is a fake call. Like, y'all not drafting me. Like, whatever. I'm like, okay. I remember he's like, okay, like, we're really drafting this Coach T. I'm like, all right, then stay on the phone, and we'll see if you can say the draft. And he's like,
if you go draft me, then stay on the phone and prove it, punk. How about that?
Dog, and I'm sitting there, and my mom's like, what's going on? I'm like, man, don't worry about it. We got to see something. And then, like, boom, he's like, the pick goes up. I said, oh, crap. I said, this is the first experience I did.
Oh, no. Your first impression with Coach T is, man, it ain't really, you ain't trying to hit this. All right.
and then I became a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Oh, man. I said,
that's great.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I don't think I ever told you the story.
No, but the funny thing is, though, I feel you on that, man. I had the draft party myself. Them rounds was going by. Got to the 5th. A punter got taken. I lost my mind. I went to my room. Yep. I had a pity party. I was in the room with the door shut like, yo, the draft is over. Don't call me. I'm done. The phone rung. I'm like, it was really you? Like, are you sure? Yeah, I feel you. But I was looking for any hope. So when the phone did ring, I was just like, it was got to be real because I ain't recognize the numbers. You funny. That boy said, if it's really you, stay on the phone there. Prove it.
But I had to confirm. I had to confirm with validity.
Hey, yo, that was funny, bro. That was funny. I can respect it, though, man. I can respect it because you need that confirmation, man, without a doubt. And obviously, man.
Sure.
Jesus.
Dog.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that one, bro. I was not ready. That's a heck of a first impression. So
yeah.
So obviously, man, you come to the team, man. What was that like for you, though, man? Because I know from my perspective, man, you coming in, the young guy, you were hurt a lot, though, and that was the big issue and stuff like that. But just from your perspective, man, what was your time with Pittsburgh like, though?
Man, honestly, like at first, man. I mean, I was quiet and I didn't really talk. Man, I was trying to find my way. Like, honestly, I was just felt kind of lost. And then I felt like I was too small at my position I was at. And I was like, man, man, we'll see.
Yeah.
See what's going on. And I mean, honestly, until like I started chopping up with you and like got under your wing, like, I mean, everything went a lot better for me, like learning from you and stuff.
No, I respect,
just, like,
man.
having
It's all
somebody
love.
like, having somebody in the meeting room that I was like legit, genuinely cool with.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was a big thing for me, dog. Like, you helped me out my whole year.
Hey, man, shoot, Jay, man, you know it's all love. I was trying to be athletic like you. You the new wave. That's you seeing. You look at what these linebackers looking like now. It's athletes in space. We was literally just talking about this. Everybody's an
everyone
athlete,
looks like
man.
safeties.
Everybody, like that's what you look like when you came. It was like, bro, he looked like it inside, but they got him at outside. But it's rangy. That's what we kept saying. It's like, yo,
that's what I was.
It's supposed to be there, but it's here. Yeah.
I was trying to get to inside, and they was not moving me.
Nah, they definitely weren't.
I said, dang, man, y'all ain't gonna let me go.
No, without a doubt, man. And if you could, man, if you had a favorite lesson or a moment that you had, man, with either Coach Tomlin or Peasy, shout out to Joey Porter, man, that you wanted to share too, man. Just talk about that as well, man.
Man, I'll say the biggest the biggest lesson I learned is to make sure you wake up from a rookie party.
Oh, you did, yo! I totally forgot. You did. Oh, what was you doing, bro?
I think we gotta hear this.
Deke, he got lost in the sauce. Deke, the rookie party. He got lost in the sauce, bro. Everybody knows the rules on the rookie party. We gonna go out. We gonna turn up. We gonna all have a blast. But you have got to show up to work the next morning. This is during the bye week. It's during the bye week, though.
Special teams
it's the bye week.
And team meeting.
Bro was gone. We're like, yo, I don't know where he's at. And we're all looking like, yo, hit his phone. Like, yo, I don't know. It's like, yo, we all got home. Phone died. So no one can get in touch with him, bro. Meetings are going on. We're all just looking like, yo, he was with us. I swear, everybody was good. Yes, bro. Yes. He missed it. I had all of us on, bro. Yeah, man. It was a lot of conversations going on about how we need to have parties going forward, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. What, man? Yeah, I do remember that now. Come on, man.
And then after that, I never go in with the ones or never go in. And then they threw me in. I did good in my first 2 plays. And then the third play, like nobody gave me the call or something. I messed up. And Bus is just, he's just letting me ripping one into the
mind.
And all y'all laughing on the side. I'm like, dang it. Everybody's like, hey, Trav, you smell, man. You look like you're kind of drunk.
He's sweating heavy out the pores. We like, bruh, you got to prove this, bro.
I'm panicking. I'm trying to tell everybody, like, bro, leave me alone. I'm panicking. Like, bro, my team probably going to cut me off this. I'm sweating.
Bruh. I totally forgot, bro. That was a time.
That was when Gerald
yes.
picked me up.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, shout out to Hawk.
Wait,
offensive lineman.
Okay, so you made it or late?
No. He had missed the morning parts of the meetings. He just came to work like later. He just came late, and then we were going out to practice because during the bye week, we know we're gonna have a condensed schedule. But the reason we do the party then because as vets, we're not practicing. And it's kind of like our little rite of passage to the young guys. We're going to get you to turn up, get you, make crazy decisions. Then we want you to turn around and show up at 8 in the morning for work and go practice. And we're going to be on the sideline rehydrating while we laughing at y'all sweating. He just overslept.
He never overslept.
That was the issue, man.
Did the phone die while you're? Is that what it was? Yeah. No alarm.
So we couldn't even call him. Nothing, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember I woke up and I was just like, I had Hawk knocking on the door. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Because he was hurt.
Said,
Hawk was on injured reserve at the time, so he wasn't showing
He's a real one, though.
Yeah. No, brought him in.
Hawk was a real one. That boy saved me.
Everybody else in the meetings is like, bro, he has to be here by practice. That's all we know. Because we've seen guys miss meetings, and it's like, all right, he going to get in trouble. He going to get fined. He going to get fined a lot. He might get cut. It's like, all right, we get that. But no one misses practice. You cannot miss practice. That's like the ultimate notice. So we're just like, yo, we checking the clock like, bruh, he has got to show up. He's got to. But then he made it. And he had that look on his face, Deke. Deke, if you could have seen his face when he walked in, bro.
Man. It was bad.
Yeah. That was the time,
I thought I was going to get hit smooth for like a 5K.
Yeah.
I said, man, please don't hit me with this fine. Man, you remember that day Artie Burns got hit?
Yeah. I remember Artie, and then he hit to it. He was hitting them both for the 5 like it was nothing. He was just 5. We're like, bro, you're doing what? Like you finding people 5K for that? Like, yo. He's like, I got the discretion. I'm going to hit you to the max. I'm proving a point. And I remember the 16 season. We had a rough time at the beginning of it. Then we all got in order. That was why. It was money getting, heck yeah, man.
He told Artie, he said, Artie, man, you ain't AB, but you want to keep acting like it, here you go.
Oh, yes. Because we know AB. AB was showing up how AB shows up. You can't find AB because AB money too long. Law dog money too long. L-Belt money too long. So we respect that. Artie is the rookie. It's like, bro, you can't do that. Yeah. He definitely, when he was pushing 5Ks, like it was nothing like, here, I'm gonna hit you for 5 right now. Like,
he was feeling himself because that was his rookie year, right?
Yeah,
he was playing good at that point.
He was feeling it.
Yeah, dude, Wow, those are definitely some life lessons right there for everybody. That's some major life lessons right there, though. Major life lessons, man.
Great story.
Let's go. All right. Well, shoot, man. The last one we got for you, man, before we let you go, we know that the big boss man of the XFL is The Rock. Now, WrestleMania was just yesterday. I'm into the wrestling stuff, so I fanboys out when I seen The Rock come out there and drop that promo. But I have to know, have you had any interactions with the man? What's the man like?
Man, I ain't interacted with him yet. I'm mad.
Man, come on, man.
I interacted with Danny though.
Okay. Let's ride.
Danny Garcia, she's super cool. She's nice.
Let's go.
Super cool, nice. And that was about it. I didn't get it.
I was like, in the convos, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, just cool, just nice. That was it.
Just a quick thing.
No, respect.
Nah, man, the Rock, when he came to the thing, man, he was all like security'd out.
Serious?
Like at our little rally event.
Yeah.
He was all sectioned off. I was like, oh, well.
He ain't trying. I thought he was gonna be over here like, yo, man, everybody vibe up with me, man. We doing people's eyebrows and people's elbows. All right, that's what I was anticipating, man. No.
But nah.
Well, respect. Well, that is all we have for you today, man. But we do know you got your game coming up, man, against the Vegas Vipers. So you do your thing. We know. In fact, Tay played with Vegas too, man. So tackle Tay a couple times if he get that rock out there. All right.
Okay, for sure.
Let's go, bro. But hey, as a whole, man, always appreciate you. You know it's all love, bro.
I appreciate y'all having me.
My dog.
Thanks, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, later, boys.
Once again, it was Travis Feeney right there, man. Former Pittsburgh Steeler and current starting linebacker. XFL St. Louis Battlehawks.
That was fun.
Nah, shout out to the homie, man. I
That was a lot of fun.
totally forgot that, man. Yes, he definitely missed the. Oh, man. Bro. That was a time, bro. He had that sick look when he pulled up, bro. Sick. And we could was nothing we could do. We was like, bro, we call you, we text you, but nothing. Phone going to voicemail. Yeah.
Your initials maybe AB, but don't be acting like him.
Oh no, that's
You ain't like him.
he said you want to be AB, you gonna learn. Like, yeah. He did it to him, and then to it was the other one who got hit.
That's hilarious.
He was like, "Oh, to it. What time did I say be here? You showed up at." It was like, bro. It was like, so he's walking. He's in the building. It was like a minute. 5. I was like, oh God. Like, coach, if that's what we doing, man, this is gonna be interesting going forward, bro. Yeah.
Hey, turned it around.
No, I did, cause like I said, after that, when he started hitting, he hit Artie, he hit to it, he hit Law Dog. When he went through that bing, we instantly all was like, you know what? We're going to button this thing up, okay? We're going to figure this thing out, and we're going to all be on one accord going forward. Yeah.
Well, you want to hit these super chats?
Super chat, let's do it,
Is
man.
that all we got?
I think that is for the day. Then after that, man, I'm just tapping on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we talked our combine meetings. We talked our talk more about Keanu and Breiden. Yeah, just had Travis on, so yeah.
Phantom TV. Herbig at 80. Keanu at 49. Julius Brents at 32. Trade up with the Eagles and get Paris Johnson. We'd probably have to trade either 32 or 49 on the trade
to get up, yeah.
Unless we're just trading future picks.
True.
I feel like Brent's is really high at 32 there. And Herbig might be high at 80. Like, those might be reaches.
But
I like Brent as that upside guy. Oh, maybe third round or something. Like I said,
see,
Tariq
for me,
Woolen
I don't
of this year
hate
potentially.
Herbig at 80 though. I don't hate him at 80. A little high, but I don't hate it though.
I'm seeing 5th for him, like Herbig.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I feel like he's not a bad player to have,
Yeah.
but I feel like the value's later if he continues to
gonna
drop.
see
Now,
it,
all it
though,
takes
yeah.
is one, though. All it takes
That's what
is
I'm
one.
saying. Yeah.
All it takes is one. Maybe some teams do view him as a
We'll
third
see
round pick.
though. We'll see. Because I always think back to how we felt about, was it Jamin Davis, right? The cat from Kentucky. And how we viewed him as like a mid-round guy.
I liked him, yeah.
We looked at it, but we still liked him as like a mid-round dude. And he went, what, was it second?
No, he went
No,
first round.
First round, yeah, to Washington. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was going to. I thought we figured he was going to go second because he had an amazing combine.
Yeah, he was fast. It was the 4.4, whatever he ran. Yeah, but when we cut the tape on it, he didn't play like that.
Who else? Tyquan Thornton.
Oh yeah.
Second round, the Patriots last year.
Definitely another one of them ones. Yeah, you're right. All it does take is one, man.
All it takes is one.
All it takes is one. You're definitely right.
Next is this Sean McCartney. He says, I understand this question all depends on what we do in the draft, but with how active we've been in free agency so far, how active do you see us post-draft?
It's actually a good question. We always keep reserve money for the surprise veteran cut in August. So I think we still will be able to potentially be active. I just wonder because of how it's still hard to answer this completely because we don't know what we have in the draft just yet. We don't know that late round, the 2 7th round picks, and we're saying instead of us talking about signing a depth guy at one of these spots, now that depth guy is who we just drafted. That's the only issue in terms of answering that completely. But I still think we could potentially see another signing once or twice. The other thing that's gonna be interesting too is with this whole one cut thing now versus like how it used to be where you're getting multiple cuts when you're talking training camp and stuff, and you would get that surprise veteran like Joe Hayden for us. Joe Hayden wasn't cut at the end when everybody was cut. He was cut the week before, and that kind of gave us, the ability to do what we wanted to do and get that deal done. But now that teams aren't going to have to make any cuts until that final thing, I don't know how we play that part of the free agency in terms of that post-draft stuff, because all of that I feel like is intertwined and connected as well.
Q says that draft story is legendary.
Nah, shout out to Trav for that one, bro. Yeah, man, I've known Trav since 16, obviously. We have never talked about his draft story. I never knew that, bro. The similarities are crazy, but I had never known that that's what my dude did. He was like, I went to the bathroom. I just sat there. I ain't have to go. I just sat there. And then to tell Coach T, man, I don't believe it's you. Stay on the phone. Creative. That's good thinking on his toes right there to tell him stay on the phone. Dang.
Based off those two stories, he had a couple of knocks against him going forward.
I'm like, yo, that's your first intro.
That intro and then being late for the meeting and whatever.
No, not being late. Missing
the
he
meeting.
Missed all
practice.
the morning. Yeah,
or late for the whole day.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't miss. Like, you come in late. Deke, plenty of people have showed up late to the 8:20. Plenty of people have showed up late. I have flirted with the possibility of showing up late to the 8:20. A lot of people are late. Nah, it's a small fraction of people that actually miss. Where you're like, yo, the whole meeting went and you didn't tiptoe in the back. You ain't sneaking out like you was in the bathroom, out like your stomach was hurt with the trainer. Anything, like nothing. Oh yeah, because there's plenty of time where I didn't hit him up like,
that's pretty good.
Hey coach, bro, man, bro, it's the Hershey's. You know how that go, bro. I've been in the bathroom all morning. All right, we get it, Moats. All right, you good? You get that every once in a while. Every once in a while, like we done heard the different story. Coach, I got hit. My car got hit coming in. You like, I can't make this up, bro. It's been some stories. It's been some stories. You like, bro, your car got hit. You come out to practice. You like, where'd you get hit at, bro? Like, it's guys are creative. Guys are creative. I have once before pulled up, hey man, I thought it was this sheet, man. Y'all showed me this on the PDF, knowing that the date was wrong on it, but I was like, yo, this the one I got. And like, all right, Moats, we good. No, cause y'all know me, man. Y'all know I wouldn't be late, man. Hey. And he used to get real loud and he's like, all right, he good. It's for real, bro. It is for real. Like I said, but nobody misses. He missed not one, but two. Actually, no, it was three because it was special teams first, then Coach Tomlin's, and then he showed up midway through the DC meeting. That's when he walked in, and we was like, oh, yeah. I'm
surprised you cut it close.
You think how long I played?
Because you didn't even drink when you played. But also, you're always, 10, 15 early, right?
This is what I'm saying. I'm telling you a handful of times through a 9-year career.
Okay.
This is literally 3 to 4 times tops. I don't even think it was that many. But for a fact, I know that one of them was
That's
definitely
why they
here.
gave you the benefit of the doubt.
Correct, yeah. And I just knew, like, all right, I have a little cachet here because of where I was at. But yeah. But nah, for me, man, I'd be so paranoid, bro. I would rather not go to sleep than take the chance on waiting on my alarm. Like, I've done that, yeah. Like, my rookie party, bro, I wasn't going to sleep. Nah. I show I'm smelling like it. Yeah. It's like, yo, I'm here. Like, I'm not late though, but I'm here. Yeah. We done had dudes like sleep in the locker room, fully dressed in the gear from Leo, just drop me off at the spot. Just don't even take me home. Just drop me off at the locker. I can't be late this way.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a thing. That's legit, bro. Yeah. Plenty of dudes be sleeping in their car because you don't want to, you can't miss. It's too competitive. Like you heard with him, you miss and a couple weeks later, you gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is cut though, bro. So you be like, yo, I gotta be all right. I'd rather not sleep. I can sleep later. Yeah.
Well, that's it for the Supers.
Let's go then, bro. Let's go, man. That was a vibe though, man.
We got anything else?
I'm trying to think, man. It might be a vibe day, bro.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Hey, you know how we feel when the universe gives us a day. We take that, man.
Good interview. Good topics.
Man, trying to give us some time in the regular chat.
I got nothing else. I don't have anything on my mind right now.
I'm feeling good. If you feeling good, man. Well, shoot, man. Let's do it for Deke and his new eyeballs then, all right? Because Deke doesn't miss. I'm not gonna work. Deke might be late, but Deke don't miss either. So shout out to Deke, man. All right, shout out to Deke. And when Deke parties the night before, he still finds a way to show up.
I do.
Even in Phantom jail, still holds it down, man. So salute Deke. So yeah, with that being said, man, y'all hit the like button on the way out of this thing, man. Y'all know we appreciate the heck out of each and every one of y'all. Y'all stay safe out there, and y'all know we be back in this thing on Wednesday. But either way, y'all stay safe. And until next time, baby.
Peace.